Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
He's very thoughtful. He makes really good notes.
Who gather
I
things
just-
for Xavier.
Anytime David opens his mouth, I just try to type it all down. I just do my best.
It's
You
been
take
so
some
useful for me.
detailed notes. Yeah, I am always impressed by your summaries of what happened.
Yeah,
Mm.
me too.
David, are you recording?
Yeah, why?
Oh, I was gonna tell them about this 8-inch dildo that I did not order that came in the mail.
I don't see why we couldn't record that.
Can we edit it out?
I did not. Okay, I was ordering.
You wanted a smaller one,
For
right?
everybody
Yeah, I
on
was ordering
YouTube.
some sexy things,
Okay,
right? And then this box came. I did not order this. And so I keep forgetting it's over here on my shelf.
It's not on camera though. It's like just off camera. You get the tip.
Yeah,
just the
it's
tip.
I keep forgetting about it, and then every time we sit to play, I turn. I'm like, oh.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
So I got
Is it me you're
a.
looking for?
I just threw it in the box, baby.
I guess so.
Well, that's there
So
now.
what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna return it? Are you gonna use it? Are you
No,
gonna make it
it's
into
mine.
a unicorn hat?
Thomas,
or-
they delivered.
They delivered it, Thomas. It lives
You know
there
what?
now.
They made a promise. They made a promise, and they went beyond that promise.
Okay.
Does it have a suction cup?
It's like getting 20% off.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does
wow.
have a suction
Oh, there you
cup.
go.
I can literally stick it and hang it off
Amazing.
of my Mac. Yeah.
No.
Just put it over the camera.
But I keep
Oh,
forgetting it's even
I'm in the
here.
weirdest
It
moment.
shocks me every time. Every time I turn. I'm like, ah! Oh, okay.
Hi, Brian.
It might be less
Brian.
intimidating with a face.
It's very intimidating.
Xavier was accidentally given an 8-inch dildo, so she's going on.
Oh yeah, did you, this
I saw that. Oh, is that
Yeah.
what you thought I sent you?
no, this,
If I was going to tell you to go fuck yourself,
would've been
I
even
would just
better.
tell you that.
no, that was a house blessing candle.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Imagine
Funny. It
if
looks
I had
like a penis.
if I had ordered a spell candle and this came in the mail. No.
They're like, you really don't need candles. You just need that.
Oh.
I mean, you could put a wick in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you could put it in a Wiccan.
I'm telling you,
Mm.
I feel like all factory or like whoever has to pack up the poor dildos, they were just over it that day. They're like, this girl ordered a single pack of condoms. She's getting an 8-inch dildo. Get out of here.
They're like, be safe, stay at home. You don't need to use the other ones.
Or, you know what? Maybe it's just a pandemic special, right? With every order, you get an
Yeah,
8-inch
that's
dick.
right.
Like everyone's lonely. Like, I think that's
Maybe
good business sense.
they're not
He's
selling that
coming
well.
back.
They were like, oh, let's just give a free dildo to everyone that orders in the month of October.
Yeah.
So.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it might have been an essential workers thing.
Maybe you were the millionth customer.
Right? I would certainly hope it would make you come back, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, wow.
Yeah, order an 8 and see what they send you.
yeah, exactly. This is the opposite of the normal problem we have with the sizing thing. Like, this
Yeah,
is great.
right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I'm glad that's
fun.
recorded for all future
Yep.
listeners.
That will be on YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
As well as the
Alright.
loss of all hopes of ever being monetized.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
You can't put in
You know
4
what?
minutes
Actually,
of dildo.
No spoilers, but Marisha Ray, literally the last episode of Critical Role, had probably like a 6-inch dildo that was part of her Halloween costume, and she showed it on stream. Like,
Well, there you go.
Wow.
I didn't even know. Wait, did Marisha Ray send me this in the mail?
Oh, maybe.
yeah.
It's solidarity. Halloween.
It's not gold, is it? Is it gold?
No,
It
it's
is
very
solid, that's for sure,
flesh-like.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It wasn't from her then. You know. Oh, you. Just
I don't know. It
take
could be a
it
Halloweener.
Right there. Ah.
Oh, David.
Wah,
Yeah.
wah. rocks fall and everybody dies.
Speaking of Halloweeners, welcome to Spiralia. So I've got you guys on the clock. We're tracking our days. So you guys are in the month of Tessius, which is about like January. So it's cold.
Month
Cold,
of
cold,
testicles?
cold.
What?
It is the month of testicles.
Yeah, there we go.
And you guys are dicks. I mean, you are.
Wait.
So it's late in the day on Tours Day, just another manic Tours Day, and it's starting to get dark outside. But you wouldn't know that because you guys are deep underground.
Yep.
So you started the day out at the meadery, left kind of after an interesting night for the Hoppsmiller Castle. Aboard the wagon that took you there. You snuck in through the mausoleum on the outside. And
But before that, we spent the whole morning going to the Black Market Society, right?
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. That's not important.
That was the morning.
Yes, that was just your AM. But yeah, you turned back into birds and flew back at one point after like 4 hours of fighting in a sunken city and making deals with a black market smuggler and learning about a new school of magic, just paltry things.
Everyday stuff.
Right, and possibly owing him a favor for a favor in the future. And now you guys are Hoppsmiller Castling it up. You've gone below to a dungeon. Bless you. Made your way back and found a secret tunnel into a cave that led to a mausoleum that was lined in a stone that blocked all of your magical spells. You found an escape route through another tomb out to the cliffside above the lake. So you headed back deeper into the cavern, which led to an opening where there was an operation going on with transporting barrels and crates and bottles of various liquids, some of which you recognize the smell, some of which did not smell quite as nice. So you did some investigating while the children were all hustling and bustling over to a tube in the sky that delivers them these strange yellow powdery cubes that they eat and then get these weird glazed look over their faces. While they're distracted, you went in, did some investigating, found that the attic of one building had these weird crates of powder that was kind of a moldy green color, some vats in the basement by a small blacksmith workshop that were filled with what smelled like wine to some, but from a distance had the pungent aroma of urine. Heading back out, you did a little bit more investigating around and decided to head up the mining tunnel with the help of a little girl who thought you were ghosts at first, but then thought that you were what she called the Ascended, which it sounds like these children eventually are plucked from this workshop once they're old enough and pulled up to the castle for who knows what. They all think that they're being ascended to some kind of position in the outer world, but you're not really sure what they've been brainwashed with. Something to do with these yellow cubes, perhaps. So climbing back up the mine shaft that led down into the wine-making operation, child labor thingy. And when you got to the top, you overheard a conversation between Nico Orzov, who is the clerk of the Mazers, and Count Zazonia, who is the master Mazer, talking to a gruff and deformed older man. In your Discord chat, there is a picture of him. Kit, for your benefit, if you scroll back up through the chat, the first portrait there is this character whom they referred to as Bastion. Gruff and deformed, slightly with a hunchback. He wears a kind of heavy cloaked hood, and he seemed to notice Genevieve eavesdropping on his conversation with them.
Which one is him? The very first one?
The first one.
It looks like he's
ugly, gruff dude.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
not
burned, scarred,
not
disfigured somehow. And yeah, doesn't look like an elf, which is very strange amongst all these others. So you guys overheard him saying that he was looking for some folks. You assume it's probably you guys, and that you're to be tracked down. And he hurried off on his horse and carriage out of the meadery. And you made your way back down with the help of the little girl again. You snuck away as the children were returning to their posts through an elven doorway, which led to an elevator shaft, which led up into a cellar connected to the main hall of Hoppsmiller Castle. And from there, you did a little bit of investigating of the lower floors, kicking open some doors as some others did some investigating of the hall. Genevieve learned some details about the Hoppsmiller family. You found a library where she picked up quite a few things. And the rest of you made your way down to the main stairwell, which is where I'll take you right now, of Hoppsmiller Castle.
Wow, I missed a lot.
Yeah, a lot
It was
happened.
like we were going all over the place.
That was 2 sessions, though, I believe.
Okay.
Nope, this is all one session still. You're literally recapping the last session.
That's insane. Well, the other the stuff at the very beginning about busting into
Oh yes, we were
The Black
already in
Market
the
Society.
mausoleum. Sorry.
So I think every
Correct.
other one you've been
Yeah.
here. Okay. So yeah, you guys were in the main hall, which had stairwells leading upstairs, where you met Cece, an old friend who instructed you that she was able to walk right through the front door because nobody's watching. But she was sent there by Edmund to help you guys into the castle, which you seem to have done just fine on your own. But she did come equipped with a masterful set of lockpicks and instructed you that there is a safe that she wants to crack with something called an adamantine lock. And so you made your way together down the elevator shaft into a vault of sorts and quickly started to decipher a riddle in the latest issue of the Spiralia Trading Company magazine. The spring issue has a riddle that seems to be all about lock picking. And Cece has given it to Safkeen to read the instructions, and now it's in Lindell's hands, although Lindell is struggling to read it. But still helping.
That's true. That's a good point. Linda can't read.
Yep.
Right?
She can
She's
read.
doing all right because you heard
She
most
just-
of the first.
She just
All right.
learned to read in halfling first, so
That's right,
common,
that's right.
You know,
Second language and all. It's
second
fine.
language. Thank you.
Right. None of you could read any of it, by the way. You had to use the looking glass, and the looking glass's magical properties are helping Lindell where her education might be lacking.
There we go.
And Cece, we'll just say that. Sounds good, right? And Cece has failed twice on 2 different attempts, but got a little bit more than halfway there, you think, according to the riddle. Meanwhile, someone, maybe you, found a secret hatch beneath the elevator. So you guys sent the elevator back up to the first floor and opened the hatch, and Genevieve climbed down first, followed by Safkeen and Xavier. You is left looking down into the portal, and you guys see the faint glow of blue fire light. And there is a large coffin-shaped chamber beneath, which is where you are right now, Kit. Kit, you are Xavier is up on a platform that is like a metal grate. It's about 10 feet wide, and there's a 20-foot drop down to the ground. You are manning a rope, which has been tied to it, and has allowed Genevieve and then Safkeen to climb down, although I don't think Safkeen used it. She just jumped and did a little 3-point landing. Genevieve has been trying to assist Safkeen, who was using Shape the Flowing River to try and break what looks like a blood seal of some sort scrawled across the floor of this chamber, in the middle of which is a very familiar looking crystalline structure, very large, about 15 feet wide and about 15 feet tall, that seems to be sprouting up out of the ground through the tiles.
It's familiar?
it is familiar. You've seen one just like it before in a very dark, disturbing place that Xavier actually found quite endearing when he got his new companion. An 8-foot tall abomination of a flesh golem that you now control.
Why are we... Okay, back up for just a second. Why are we trying to destroy the seal? What is it sealing?
No one really knows.
So basically,
Because you already
were in
destroyed
the,
it, Xavier.
yeah, we were in the room to the left, and in the room to the left is the safe and the elevator.
A bit like this conversation, just talking over each other.
Xavier probably just his head and...
Yeah.
So as you
Genevieve
nod your
was
head and
thinking in
watch,
her head, she was thinking that they were sacrificing children there when they became teenagers, so she thought if she washed away a bit of it, it might not be able to function. That's what was going on in her head.
And Safkeen thoroughly agreed because neither of them know anything about religion or anything about that kind of spell magic. So we were like, yeah,
They didn't
wipe away the...
Yeah, shouldn't we get the necromancer down here so that she can figure out?
well, she's up top. She got a little distracted.
Xavier, what happened was the woman Theta, who runs the necromancer, had to go greet her parents, and then David ran the necromancer, and David did not take the necromancer down into the hole. So
you're saying we're all going to die, and it's your parents' fault.
yes, we can definitely blame Sam and Julia Stearns. We're all going to have to make new characters because of Sam.
We'll get your parents to name them. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. So we go down. We're trying to smudge or destroy a blood seal that was sealing something in this crystal.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't refer to it as a blood seal when I described it. It was blood scribed in a pattern connecting the 5 torches and pedestal around this crystal.
So either way.
Xavier, do you remember when we first met down underneath ground that I had a vision from my grandmother? And there was a thing that I saw in the vision called the Mind Stone. Do you remember? Xavier would recognize it, right?
Yeah, you'd recognize it when you finally see it. You were right at the edge of darkness, but you were seeing it in black and white. And
the thing is,
as
Jen
soon
would
as
not recognize it. Genevieve wouldn't know what it was.
Exactly. And as soon as you get down there and start helping Genevieve down, you'd be like, wait a minute, is that and Genevieve's over there smearing the blood.
So I know that this is probably the Mind Stone. How did that?
Well, roll a history check. If you get a natural 1, no.
Hang on, all right. History.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah,
How
it's
could he
literally
remember?
been like 2 weeks.
Right?
2 years in real time, but yeah, about 2 weeks.
Oh, whoa. That's cocked. How can it be cocked?
Hang on a second.
On a program.
I
There's a 20. I see a natural 20 there.
I see a natural 20 and I see a 1. What happened?
Because I had advantage. Let me
You have
go.
advantage.
the
Okay, yeah,
23
you know.
came up
You're
first.
like, that's a Mind Stone, but what's the blood? And then, yeah, Genevieve's doing this. And there's a rumble and a shake, and the torches flare up, and the crystal starts to flicker, and a portal rips open in the center of the room, and 5 Calcrix-like creatures shamble out.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Everyone roll initiative.
Even
damn
us
it.
upstairs?
No, the people upstairs, we're
Oh.
going to roleplay a little because they got more time than you guys did. I would say it has been about 2 minutes since
Okay, do you want us,
happened.
Do you want us to put our stuff in the initiative order or just wait for now?
So you and Lindell and Cece are going to be on this 2-minute time jump right now. Where we're going back in time, and
Okay.
Genevieve, in your minds, Genevieve is descending the rope right now.
Okay.
Because
Well-
I do drink during this. I did mean to activate. Did I do the Pearl of Power last week to get a third? Or did I dream that?
I think you talked about it, but you didn't do it.
I don't know if she. I tried not to take notes about what other people do with their powers.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I think I remember you offering to do it, but then never did it.
Well, while they're crawling down a deep, dark hole, then you would stick her hand in her pouch and finger the Pearl of Power.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to take 6 seconds to get a 3rd level spell slot back, because we haven't slept.
How long is the Pearl of Power? Is it
Once a day, I get to regain up to 3rd level spell slot back. Just once a day.
okay? All right. So go ahead and take your. Are you going to take a 3rd? I assume.
That's the highest I can take. Yeah, I can't take.
Okay,
4.
so go ahead and take your 3rd level spell slot back, and then we'll say that's your action. Do you want to move down the ladder, or are you going to stay up top?
Well, they haven't given any. They haven't verbally spoken to me, so I'm just waiting for a cue, I guess. So.
Right, you're kind of watching down below, and you see Xavier and Safkeen at the edge, and you see Safkeen's kind of moving her hands like she's doing something, and you think maybe it's wind or water because that's kind of her thing. Xavier's just kind of looking on, and it looks like he's braced back, like he's holding something, and you don't see Genevieve.
The cue.
You look
Hello?
back behind you, and you see Lindell is kind of with one hand working in this like finger fashion through this this kit of tools, and in the other hand holding this this magazine, really struggling to read it, and like the magnifying glass keeps slipping down, and she's reading like a word at a time, and Cece's getting frustrated. So it looks like Lindell's trying to do a lot of stuff.
Torn between keeping eyes on Safkeen and Xavier, and Lindell can't read.
I would allow you to use your bonus
It's okay.
action.
No, it's okay. I've got it. Why don't you just I can do this.
Cece, does Lindell got it?
Can I make running good? Yeah, sure. If he can do it without making it up.
It looks like she goes back to frustratingly
I'll go back.
saying,
I'm sorry.
that one.
Just a minute. I gotta. I forgot the.
She
last
grabs
line.
one out of
1 minute.
Lindell's hand and throws it down and grabs the right one. This one, and she throws it in you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like-
Okay.
And she takes it back and starts working again.
Okay. Let's stop the paragraph again. Ready?
Okay, so I would allow you to use your bonus action movement and interaction to have a short conversation yelling down if you would want to do that to get information.
I think anything's happening, though. They're not saying anything, so...
No, it looks like they're looking on, though, very intently.
As soon as Xavier saw them coming out of the portal, he would probably begin with his, "Hi, I'm Xavier Springley. Please take..."
That hasn't quite happened
It
yet.
hasn't happened yet,
That
right?
hasn't
That's-
quite happened
Yeah,
yet.
like,
That's 2 minutes from now. So,
Right.
like, you's just watching them. This is
And before you get to that stage, you would see the lights flicker. She would see the brightness intensify.
okay.
She would kind of see panic on Safkeen and Xavier in their gestures.
How many feet down are they?
30.
Oh, shit, that's far.
But there is a ladder that extends all the way to the platform.
Still. Okay, I'm just watching them to see if something happens. My
Okay.
job is to be up here. What?
In the meantime, everybody go ahead and let me put the initiative order up.
Order. Like, it's kind of unfair because I know something's going to happen, but in character, I wouldn't know anything was going to happen. I'm just watching Xavier, just watching Safkeen, just admiring my beautiful friends.
We're all fine here.
I think you guys will be able to change your own initiative rolls once I get you all turns.
Oh, right.
Xavier is grayed out for some reason. Not really sure what's going on there. But Safkeen's on there, Yu's on there, Lindell's on there, and Cece's on there. And then I'll have to
myself.
do the monster turn.
I'm gonna reload. I only see Genevieve.
I don't know if you did too.
It might be It might be a lighting thing if I don't have the lighting correct.
Oh, only the people on screen can be seen.
Oh no, there's Lindell and the shadowy
Oh,
things.
yeah, you guys,
just makes
if you
it- makes
zoom
it a
out.
click your token and then click initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, take a-
Okay, that's how you do
I
it.
have to ask you to put my initiative in because I realized if I have Discord up and then I also have Roll20, it really slows down Discord.
Oh, okay.
So I've pulled Roll20 up for this session. So I
Okay.
remember what the room looks like. I don't have aphantasia, so I'm okay.
Yeah. It's just me.
Which was
Just rubbing it in there.
that was
What was what? Sorry?
whoever posted the article on aphantasia.
That YouTube video just kind of came across my feed.
Yeah.
I showed Jenny when we lived in Japan 4 years ago an article about that because as soon as I read it, I realized, holy shit, I have this, and I always have. Because I felt like a revelation. You almost feel like you have a learning disability because people have always been able to see things in their brains that I can't see. On the other hand, I feel like you guys have a lot of useless shit in there. I don't have.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yep, 100%. 100%, I agree.
There is shit that happens at work when I see little things dancing across my desk, and I'm like, I should be doing things, but I'm not.
Yeah, I don't have any of that going on. I'm in the moment all the time. David, I still can't see my initiative. What do I click, Thomas? I'm clicking
You click
my
on your
character.
token first, and then you click on initiative, like to roll it or whatever. First, click on your token.
Okay. On the token.
Xavier?
You have to right click, I think, on the token.
Right
Does that
click
do
on
it? No? Oh. Maybe yours
'cause I'm on
doesn't
a
have
Mac.
that?
I don't have anything
I
about
don't.
initiative.
I didn't do it like that. I
Oh,
clicked on
right,
the
'cause
turn
you don't
order
have-
box.
Yeah, you guys
You're
should
not
be able to
using
click on your character in the
D&D
turn order
Beyond.
box.
I
No,
don't
I
have
don't
a
have that
Yeah,
character
that's what I
not
did.
there.
turn order box.
Yeah, it's only
Okay,
Lindell, the shadow
I'm
things.
gonna
in the
start
turn
over.
order box.
We're gonna start over.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Adding turn for you.
I see me.
Adding turn for Lindell.
Okay.
Adding turn for CC.
My initiative
Keep
is
adding.
4.
Adding turn for Safkeen. Adding
4
turn for
backslash.
Xavier.
Yeah, I don't
Adding,
know why I did that. Wait a second.
adding turn
Okay.
for Jen. And adding turn for the monsters.
So you really wouldn't notice that anything bad happened down there. Even if the lights flicker, she's just like, oh, what are they doing?
You'd still see the lights flicker and intensify, and you'd see some worry. I think you could probably do a insight DC 10. If you beat that, you would know that something's wrong. But we're not quite to that yet. So in the meantime,
Yeah.
Lindell, CC, maybe take one more shot at the lock.
That's what I was going to ask. In 2 minutes, I feel like we could give it between me helping CC and me guiding her through the whole thing. And plus, Lindell is dexterous as fuck. Like, she literally has a dexterity score of 20. So I can totally see her just getting frustrated, taking a shoe off, sticking the magazine between her toes so she can use one hand for the magnifying glass.
Okay.
And
I'll
one
say-
hand with the
Go ahead
pick.
and roll just a straight dexterity check for me. See if you can balance all of these tasks at
Sure.
once.
Yeah.
Because they say when you multitask, you're actually half-assing everything.
13.
She's not using her ass. She's using her hands and feet.
13's decent. 13's almost superhuman. So I'll say, yeah, that's pretty darn good.
Okay.
You're able to
then,
balance it
they
at
wanna
least
give
for
it
this
one last
round, no
go.
problems. So I would say that the difficulty is not you guys' skills. It's the difficulty of the task, the lock itself. This is not made to be broken.
Right.
Even with the hint, it's still a very high DC. So I will give you guys one more attempt if you would like to try. Either CC
Yes.
with advantage, or if you would like to take a try, I would let you.
Has
What is
anyone
CC's
tried?
modifier?
You don't know.
Oh man.
But you assume it's very high.
Here. Let's say this. My modifier is +9. Is CC better than that?
From your experience picking locks, from what you've seen Cece do, and as stealthy as she can be, you assume that she's better.
Lovely. Okay, then I will give her advantage on the roll, and I will guide her while we're doing it.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, it's probably better than
All right, so
Lindell
go
would.
ahead and. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. What was that?
Was that Jenny?
All Safkeen could do is yell words of encouragement and smack the door uselessly.
Yeah, this is a
And then
good
it's
division of
happening
labor. Like,
All right, so go ahead and read the first line for me of the riddle, if you wouldn't mind, Lindell.
Double back, pin, and jack, twisted in crooked.
Go ahead and show me which pick you're going to use. Can you grab that picture from Messenger?
I have it saved. Where do you want me to put it up or do with it?
Can you edit it
Or
real
just
quick?
tell
Clint?
you like
Just put a
left
circle.
and
Yeah, you can just tell me which one.
okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to number the picks from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number
wait,
1
I have
is
to
the
look
double.
at it then. Because I know them by name, but I don't know the.
Oh, okay. No, I'll
numbering
just tell you
system.
the name because the names are underneath them. That's
Yeah,
fine.
just tell me the name.
Okay,
That'll
so
work.
this first one, double back pin. It
Mhm.
says, and there's literally a double back pick, and it's the first pick on the picture. So that's the first one that she'll hand CC.
Okay, she takes that
and it says pin, double back pin and jack twisted in crooked.
All right, she takes the pick and she twists it in at an angle and stops, and no problem. Next.
Cool. Leather lock snake rake, slam it in, hook it. Yes, hook it. Yeah, there we go.
All right, so
she'll
the pick.
hand CC the snake rake pick.
She lobs it in with the palm of her, like the meaty part of her hand, and then takes it and very gently kind of pulls it back until it clicks on something.
There we go. 2 hands, half snowman's barrel and curtain.
Okay, so she takes the 2 picks and she traces the outline of a snowman, and you hear clicking as she does so. She holds both picks in one hand and holds out her hand for the next part.
Okay. Lindell reaches over to the pick set and she pulls out the large half diamond pick.
Okay.
The next line reads, big half diamond pick, bolt and pinion.
Cece thinks for a moment and then puts it in very gingerly and rocks it to the side a little bit and twists it to a diagonal, and then she can even, like, you can hear it audibly. Pins are clicking into position as she pushes it in. Hang on just a second. No problem. Next line.
I'm literally already starting to sweat, guys. Oh my god. Okay. Wedge wedge in apart, the entrails hang out. Okay. And then she picks up the arrow pick out of the set and she says, 1 arrow through 5 metal soldiers.
Okay, she takes the 3 and she spreads them slowly out to a Y and then spreads them apart. And when she does, you hear something start to slide on the inside, and she does like this with her hand. You give her the pick. Okay. She pushes it in and holds it to the side just as you hear something go shh, and it stops, and she moves her hand slightly, but it looks like she caught something that was sliding down. And you can see now that all 3 picks are kind of just sprawled out, hanging out of the lock, spread apart. So as she holds that one, what's the next?
Oh, entrails.
We're almost,
Yeah, hanging
we're
out.
almost there, Cece. We're almost there. There's 3 more lines, okay? This is we'll just take it very gentle, very careful. Guidance. Okay, ready? The next one says, jam open the visor for she lobs off your neck. I guess. Here's the jam pin.
Oh crap! I did it backwards. Ah, you caught me. Jesus.
What?
So before, when she was doing like this with her hand, you hand her the jam. You handed her the
'cause
jam.
now it says jam open.
Right. So that was what I was thinking, is that you handed her the jam when she was saying quickly, put something in my hand. Is that the one
no,
you gave
'cause
her?
It said one. No, it said 1 arrow, so she handed her the arrow pick.
The arrow pick. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you got it.
Okay,
That was
okay,
right,
Dia.
right?
It's fine. So you hand her the
Right
jam,
here.
and she puts it in, and then slides the arrow out and presses it to the side. Okay.
We're still okay? We're still okay?
Yes, you're still fine.
I think you is not paying attention to Xavier and Sofkeen at all. She is watching them pick the
Can you just dab right here,
Yeah,
just with your handkerchief. It's
with
just
the most embroidered handkerchief you've ever seen.
Okay, so now there are four picks that are all sprawled out at an angles,
1, 2,
and she's got the
1, 2,
one
3,
piece
4.
in there, the jam, that's holding whatever was going to slide
So this
across.
Yeah. Oh wait. How many? This is half diamonds. Where was the hammer part? Oh, here. Wasn't 5 metal soldiers? Wasn't that the hammer pin?
That was the hammer pin, yeah.
Okay. There. That's why I was like, I feel like I'm missing something.
Right, I
there's
thought you
1,
missed something
2
too, but you didn't.
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 picks in play now. Right? The double back pin, the snake rack pick, the large half diamond pick, the arrow pick, the hammer pick, and then the most recent one with jam open the visor before she lobs off your neck is the jam pin.
Yep, that's
Okay,
correct. Yeah.
Awesome. So 6 picks are in play. The last line of the poem reads, swing over the middle, then turn it right quick. Don't get caught.
Cece takes a big breath and then looks at you.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I like that Lindell and you both have their mouths covered. Like
She mouths the words, "I need you."
Oh.
Me?
What
Her?
do you- what-
Me?
what do you
Her?
want me to do?
Lindell to Lindell. She's still holding that one that's jamming something open. She takes the 2 bottom ones that are splayed apart and grabs onto them. And then she looks at the other 2 and looks at you.
Oh, and so then, Lindell will help the other 2.
She leans over very close to your ear and with only a whisper speaks for the first time ever to Lindell. Yeah. Oh, the video. Oh, I'm trying to get you on video. Oh, there it goes. For some reason, my video kicked out when I did that. Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Let me get you on the screen so we can see. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Right. So she's holding the 3, right? You're holding the 2. She leans over and very gently whispers. And it's the weirdest, sweetest voice you've ever heard. It's strangely angelic but tortured. I don't know how to describe it, but even in this whisper, you get a shiver down your spine when she says, "Turn clockwise." It's
I don't know how this is
weird.
going to work on camera,
It's
but
creepy, but it's sweet in a way. It's like you like her, but at the same time, what the hell is she? And she starts to turn her hands. So please roll a dexterity check for me. This is
Okay, and
not
she's-
a thieves' tools check. This is just a dexterity check to see if you can keep up with her.
okay, is she proficient in this? Because she's proficient in like all dexterity, like sleight of hand,
She-
stealth.
if you
thieves'
succeed-
tools.
If you succeed on this, she has to succeed on an actual thieves' tools check with a very high DC.
Okay. Just plain old dexterity check. And she is
Yes.
guided, not me, so this is just a straight roll. Here we go.
Yes. What's the total?
12.
12. Okay. You turn and you start this way, and she speeds up, and as you're going around, you actually fumble one of the picks. Roll a thieves' tools check to see if you can stabilize your hand before you lose it.
Okay.
She sped up, and you weren't expecting it.
17.
17. Okay, that's enough. You keep up with it, and the two of you slam it around and push it, and all five of the lockpicks go and slam each other together, and then she shoves it in. And let's see how she does. Oh man!
Oh my
so
gosh.
she's
Come on.
using guidance also.
Should we switch back for this
Boy.
reveal to see how she does?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
let's switch back so everyone can see.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
Have to make agendas
We're back.
and actually like have lists in my real life. That having
Yeah.
lists of agendas D&D was giving me D&D anxiety, and I was going to have to go on to D&D Valium. Yes, it makes me so anxious that I like worry about it for days. And so David had to give us 5 freaking options in this mansion because he wants me drunk all the time. David?
Hi.
Then
We're
that's when
back.
you're going to use that 5-inch dildo, eh? Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's 8 inches!
Not fun. I can't tell you that.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, sorry.
So, different conversation going on over here. So you see that Lindell and Cece together working to move all 5 picks or 6 picks together around in a circle clockwise. They all kind of collapse together, and she shoves it in, and she's about to roll to see if she succeeds on a very high DC lockpicking
Go, Cece.
thieves'
Go,
tools
Cece.
check.
But she's got blessing and stuff, right? Guidance.
Yeah,
whatever.
she's got advantage and
Hang on.
guidance, but it's
Oh,
really
man.
high. So
Okay, hang on.
Okay, hang on a second. I hear a lot of crying in the other room. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Oh.
I need to make sure I'm doing this right.
Sad
It's just
problem.
proficiency bonus, right?
So it'd be roll plus dexterity plus proficiency bonus.
You get your dex and your proficiency?
Yeah, unless she's an expert, in which case she gets double her proficiency bonus.
Double her proficiency, that's what I thought.
Damn. I want to be an expert at something. Can Safkin become an expert?
She rolled a 27, which is 2 above what she needed.
Yay!
And as it goes in, it locks into place, and you hear a
You has abandoned the
and
hole.
Cece just lays on her back with her arms spread, breathing. And one by one, all the lockpicks just kind of tink, 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 fall onto the ground. Slack, they fall to the ground.
Good job, Cece.
You did it! You did it! You did it!
You
And
can
just
see
as
there's a large
Lindell-
lever on the right-hand side that looks like a lever to open the door to this vault.
Can I pull the lever? Is
Lindell,
it safe?
is that it? Did she do it? Is she what?
I think so. She
And
finished the
CC
lock.
holds up a thumbs up into the
I'm
air.
gonna pull the lever. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm gonna
This is-
fan Cece's face.
Okay.
This is
Okay,
the best part.
CC opened
Okay,
it.
so that was CC and Lindell's round.
And you use there.
So
Yeah.
now, at this point, you see the
Yeah.
flickering of blue light. You see it intensify to much brighter, and in that light, you can see below you, Safkeen stops her water. Xavier lets the rope slack a little.
You isn't looking down that hole, DM.
Oh, you're not? Oh,
No,
okay.
You's moved over. She's
Okay,
fanning.
you's not.
She's
You's not
dabbing
watching.
and fanning and yeah.
I'm fanning CC in the face.
Okay.
I'm like, did she do it?
All right,
Is this
you're
a
back over
successful
with them.
lockpick? What'd she do? Yeah, I'm
Okay,
not
she
looking
she
down
nods.
that hole.
She nods. She does a little back bend and gets onto her feet.
Ooh.
And she walks over and points at the lever. Okay, so Lindell, you're gonna open it.
I'm going to put it.
Get it, do it,
Go ahead.
Hookah. She is holding Fireball. She's holding. Wait, what is she? Is it
Fireball.
Firebolt. She's hiding Fireball.
Firebolt. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I only like
That one might be better in
Okay.
close quarters.
Sorry.
I didn't ask how big the room was.
You guys see an explosion of fire from above. The whole ceiling rocks. Okay, so yeah, you release the lever and it opens, and the door cracks open a seal, and a little bit of stale air hits your nostrils. There's a very low ethereal light on the inside, and from Yu's cup, it shines a brighter light in through the crack of the chamber.
Oh, can we actually see in the chamber?
Yeah, I need to open this up here.
Is my
I'm gonna move the torch to right here, and I'm gonna copy it and put another one in this room so you can see both rooms. All right, so in the light you can see there is a chamber lined with a very familiar light-colored stone. It's much more dense than in the other place. It looks like this entire chamber is built out of residuum stone. In the center of the room, there are 5 columns that reach about 4 feet in height, and they have these strange indentations on them that are all connected by thin lines, very similar to the floor in the that portal chamber beneath the Colchester mansion, where there's like holes that are connected by thin lines, but these are more like tombstone shaped indentations. It looks like something goes in them. And there are 5 of them in the center of the room, and then out on the outskirts of 3 antechambers are 3 very large reinforced treasure chests. All of them are locked.
Hookah chests? Hookah chests, maybe? Hookah chests.
Lindell would like to ask for Cece's help as before they move into the room to very carefully look for any more traps.
Yeah, check the
Okay.
traps.
And or use
yeah.
help.
Yes, we're all checking.
Okay. Yeah,
Guidance.
we'll all check for traps. That's fine. Go ahead and roll your investigation checks.
Lindell will help you and give you guidance.
Okay, if you want to do
okay.
this is your action for the round,
That's fine.
and then
that's
combat
fine.
begins.
I mean, we would be, right? So, okay, so investigation.
Yeah,
Okay.
Investigation. Okay, go ahead.
Advantage
And then
plus
plus
a D4.
guidance.
Yeah, and at advantage.
Okay. It's going to be high.
Okay.
13 plus 8 plus 3. So 11 plus 13. 24?
20.
Okay,
Is that
Cece got
what-
an 18, and Lindell.
Oh,
That's
I'm
more than
helping
that. That's
you.
a lot more. Sorry.
Oh, you're helping you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cece got an 18 total.
Brian, are you cold? Or are you just...
It's really bright. I'm really hungover today, actually, but thank you.
Oh my god.
Oh, buddy.
Aww. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I did it
Okay,
to
sorry.
myself.
Drunk himself into this. I know that
Did you have
feeling.
a celebration last night?
Yeah, our pod had a Halloween party at one person's house with lots of shots. So
Oh, God.
24 to investigate.
Very nice. You did better than
That's
CC. So as you guys are investigating around the room, I need everyone to also make a perception roll, except for Genevieve.
What, South Keen as well?
Yes.
And us upstairs too?
Yep. Everybody except for Genevieve. Roll a perception check.
Oh,
Perception.
God.
Okay.
Safkeen, yours is
that's
going to be with
funny.
disadvantage. Sorry,
Why?
because you're down off the platform.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Let's see here.
Why? I just got myself
You're
in this
kind of closer to
situation.
the action. So.
20.
That 20
Awesome. Very cool.
nice, good job.
Xavier finally
Well-
noticed something.
So CC. Okay, that's good to know. Safkeen, how'd you do?
12.
12. Lindell,
I got a 10.
10. Xavier got a 22, and you.
You is so engrossed in looking for these traps that she only got a 5 on her perception.
Okay, very good. Xavier, you're the only one that hears this. You hear
Oh,
the
no.
sound of the elevator up above activate.
Fuck.
You're the
Oh.
only one. Everyone else that is investigating the room, it does not appear to be trapped, other than, of course, the large giant vault door. Looks like maybe if you fail too many times, it's not good. But you do also see that the pillars in the center of the room, those 5 pillars, looks like they open somehow. You think that it's probably a puzzle. I mean, you know your DM. And then the chests, the 3 chests are also locked, but not as, they're a little bit more easy to figure out kind of locks.
Well,
And no
You
traps in
hear
this room. The treasure chests are not trapped. The pillars are not trapped. The floor is not trapped. The air
mean,
is not trapped.
If you want
I
to call the
searched
residuum
everything.
stone a trap, if you want to call being locked in a vault with no exit a trap, I mean, it really just depends on what you think is a trap.
Okay.
But the 3 treasure chests and then the pillars in the center don't appear to be traps.
Are not
Okay.
trapped.
You, Lindell, just because she's an urchin, she's used to breaking into shit and being paranoid. Lindell's gonna go back and can she sabotage something about the door mechanism, like either just putting a lockpick like just in the hole where the lock would go or something like that, just to try to sabotage it a bit. So even if the door
jam a
closes,
hinge or something.
yeah, exactly, jam a hinge or something, or put a dagger like literally in the hinges or something like that.
Yeah, sure. I'll say that you did that when you guys first went in to investigate. That would have been the
Thank you.
first thing you would have noticed, I think, for your investigation.
Yeah, if the doorway was not trapped, she would have made it so that if they took 2 steps in, the door wouldn't like slam shut off.
I would say that
Yeah.
you would have been like, oh, there's no. Let's see how they do.
Oh wait, you have to add something to your initiative too, right? Your initiative number. Never
Yeah,
mind.
there's
My
an
number is
initiative
here.
bonus. That's correct. There is an initiative bonus.
And Jen, you get jack of all trades with your initiative too.
Jack of all trades. Yes, but Roll20 does that for me,
Mm.
right? No, I mean, D&D Beyond does the math,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Monsters got a 17. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Descending.
You got a dirty 20 on her lock picking of this one.
Okay, that'll be whenever it gets to your turn. It looks like Lindell will be
Oh.
up first, unless Genevieve, did you update yours?
Yeah.
You did?
And what she's not going to try to unlock it this round. This round she's going to cast guidance on herself, and then next
Okay.
round she will try to unlock it.
All right, so you cast guidance on yourself and prepare to pick the
That's
lock.
my action. Yeah. And then I don't
All
have
right.
any bonus actions or anything like that. That's
Very
my
good.
turn.
So that's Lindell, and now it's going to be on to Xavier. So Xavier, you've just heard.
Him.
Okay.
Because I've got clear line of fire on him from here, right?
Got it. Yeah, you've got a clear line of sight. You're in a perfect position at an elevated angle to hit him.
Blast away if I have to.
Oh yeah, no problem.
He's gonna say, "Stand where you are. Let's be friends. I don't want to destroy you."
Okay. Let's see here.
And I'm gonna kind of prime my gauntlet.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
Right. Intimidate.
It looks like they understand you. Whether or not they are going to respond is another thing.
He is not very intimidating. I got a 9.
A 9, okay. They do not seem fazed by your threats, and it looks like they are starting to fan out.
Oh.
Okay. So was that my turn to threaten them, or can I still do anything?
Yeah, you can do stuff. You've got movement. You've got your action.
I
would say action or bonus action, since it took a little time to try and intimidate them.
I'm gonna go straight to hexing them. I'm gonna hex them.
All right, so you cast Hex.
That I think is a bonus action, actually.
All right, so you take your bonus action, you cast Hex, and describe what happens.
He kind of holds his hand out, and you see kind of a dark green sort of flame-like energy gathering around his hand, and then it disperses. And they're now hexed.
Take the oh wait, do you get 3? Are you to the level where you get 3 now?
I don't think so.
I think there's a point where you can get 3 Eldritch Blasts, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm only 9th level though.
Might have been at
10th
9.
level.
Aren't we 10?
3 at 11th, so
We're
I'm
level
only
10.
right. But I'm 9th level Warlock, 1st level Artificer.
Right. Okay, so
Ah.
then I would say just the first 2 rolls. So a 13 and a 23.
Yes, on the one.
All right,
that's,
and what are your targets?
the same one. I'm gonna blast the same one that's been hexed.
Great. Okay, so they let's see, armor class. First one does not hit, goes a little wide, and the second one does hit. It finally impacts. Go ahead and roll damage, and then it's an extra D6 necrotic.
Yeah, D6
All right.
necrotic. So 12, and then
Nice.
roll. How do I roll that 1d6?
Just roll it manually if you got a D6.
In D&D, does Eldritch Blast make a sound?
So
Eldritch Blast.
in my mind,
No, besides him. Yeah.
it's like Iron Man. He points his gauntlet at them and lets loose with a dark green kind of blast from his.
Maybe
gauntlet.
like the sound of buzzing bees, kind of like a swarm of bees, maybe.
So if nothing crashes to the ground, we wouldn't hear it. Like it would just be
Yeah,
like
there's
a
no like pew
like a
pew
phaser
kind of
shot.
sound.
No, it's more
Yeah,
like a humming,
okay.
like a
No.
weird low droning.
So 30 feet up, we could still not hear it.
No.
Wow.
Did they hear Xavier yelling at them though? I mean, he would have.
Yeah.
He yelled at them.
I would say their perception checks were too low to hear it. If they couldn't hear the elevator rumbling down, then they probably couldn't.
The one I hit takes 15 points of damage. 12
15,
force,
very nice.
3 necrotic.
So 18 total,
Yes.
and it was necrotic and eldritch force.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a necrotic.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it takes the full damage. Yeah, the blast slams into that creature that's hexed. You see it melt a little bit of the front side of its charred body, and it are gonna move back like this. Very nice.
Is there a chance I could have entangled him with his friend? That they may
Let's see.
go down and be prone.
Yeah, they can fly up.
I'll give it a off the dice tray. No. Yeah, he rolled a bit high, so nope. It does not. Doesn't phase him. All
Yeah,
right. I
10
think
feet.
that
I'm
is
looking 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay. I think that is your turn, unless there is any movement you'd like to do.
Nope.
All right.
He's gonna stay where he is. This is a good place to fight from.
Excellent. Okay, let me do a little bit of maintenance real quick while I'm thinking about it. Okay. I need to bring up some information for myself.
If I have the same initiative as the shadow things, how do we know which one goes first?
Dexterity score, whoever's got the highest. Or a roll off if you're still tied. Where are you? There we go.
That's a good question. What are any of us?
Yeah. Yeah. What
All right, so that's a one of these. And that is a something else. Just trying to make sure that everybody gets a turn.
I don't really think the bad guys need a turn.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
maybe
like if
skip
the bad
it.
guys wanted to like skip their turn this round, that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll allow it. Just this one, you know.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
No one would.
He's
That
gonna hit us
elevator,
twice.
you know, it's an old elevator. Things go out of order. You know,
Yeah.
there was some random mercenaries jimmying with the thing earlier. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
very likely to break
come
down.
on.
Mhm.
We would expect it not to make any sounds. We're just come on.
All right. I apologize. I had something open and I closed it, and now I can't find it again.
Oh no.
It's kind of important too.
Okay, but serious, what is your guys?
Kind of power at the bad
No,
guys.
Kathleen has a
Xavier is definitely not the man with the plan.
nope. Xavier's not a technician.
Let's see if for some chance I made it. I did not. Okay. All right. That
Wait,
is
what?
fine.
You're starting to feel stiff. You have to bring gets out.
Oh yeah.
There. Okay. All right. Finally got it. And there's that. Okay. Let me do something real quick.
Mm-mm.
And next up is Genevieve. What is your dexterity
Nice.
score?
Oh. I got excited there for a second. 12.
All right, the Eidolon go first. So the monster 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. So two of them become within range of Genevieve. These weird looking humanoid creatures that bodies look completely charred to a crisp, covered in like these charcoal cracks. One of them that kind of fans around to the left has that big gash from the force wound that glows like embers. They have long, distended arms that end in claws that outstretch and go above their heads as they barrel down at you. Two of them beeline for you, going around the puddle and attack. And they are going to use their claw attacks. Each of them get 2 attacks per action. So first one.
Look out, Genevieve! I believe they have ill intent.
That's cocked.
See what?
Oh wow. Okay, so that is a 5 and a 7 for the first one.
Hey,
They're
So,
also
That's good.
Swipe,
Yes.
swipe. You kind of back up just in time as these claws just rake right in front of you and miss. The second one from the right side over your right shoulder as you back up takes 2 swings. That is a 13 and an 11. Those are terrible.
Neither of those hit either. Yay!
Yeah, swing. So as you back up, the other one goes for the spot where you were, and they just overhand swing, leaning back and turning their heads as you dance out of the way expertly. Very good. All right, so that's the Eidolon's turn. Next up is Genevieve. Go ahead.
Okay, well, they've moved now, so I'm trying to rethink what I want to do here. I think...
Could someone send me a screenshot of the formation of where the Eidolons are, please?
Oh, yeah. Maybe I can
I
show
got
you
it.
my screen. I'll just do a screenshot of it so you can
Ooh,
see
that
it on or on Discord, right?
Mm.
Let's see. Share your screen.
Jenny, how come you can't see?
Go live.
20?
Because if am I doing watch stream?
Oh, wait a minute. I can't do that. You'll see the DM screen. You guys can't see that.
If I think if I run Roll20, that often slows down my Discord.
They look like charcoal, but are they scary? Like, would I be like that?
Yeah, they're creepy, ghastly-looking creatures from another world. They're terrifying.
Okay. So Jen's gonna let out like an ah, and
It reminded
as
me.
she starts to lurch. Oh,
It reminded me of Silent Hill, if you've ever seen that, with the charcoal burned things that move all like creepy and jerkily.
That was the inspiration for sure.
that means nothing to me. Oh no.
There's a picture in the messenger chat. If you scroll back in the messenger chat, I sent a picture to Safkeen to show her what you guys saw.
Okay. Then Jen's just gonna clap her hands together in front of her and shout, casting level 4 thunder wave. Did you hear that big crack coming out of the black? There is nowhere that will be safe for you. Shooting out her thunder wave at you guys. So
awesome. Very cool. So
15-foot cube originating from me makes a con save.
15-foot cube from you. That would catch 3 of them.
Yeah.
Makes a
Perfect.
con save?
Con save.
All right. Constitution save. The one with the green dot rolled a 17.
Damn it, that saves.
The one to your west rolled a 19. Wow. Now they're getting the good rolls. And the one to the north of you rolled a 9. So that one did not succeed.
So the one that fails is going to take... hold on, how much? I'm losing it. 4d10.
Oh, wow. 4d10. Do the others take half?
Oh, that's wrong. Sorry, 5d8. Sorry, 5d8.
5d8. Do the others take half?
I don't know. I'm trying
Because
to
they
read
save,
and do
or-
things.
Here, I'll look it up.
On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage.
Yeah,
But
okay,
the one that
so-
didn't save is going to be pushed 10 feet back as well.
Okay,
So,
very nice.
D8. So 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 2 is 11,
Let's go.
plus 3 is 14, last roll, plus 6 is 20. So 20 damage on the one, and it gets pushed.
Each. Very nice. Good turn, Genevieve. Next up is the elevator,
The elevator has a turn. Oh no!
which reaches the
Jen,
bottom,
Where did you
covering...
run back to?
What's that? Sorry?
Where did Jen run back to?
Oh, here.
Where's Jen?
Over
Oh, yeah.
here.
Sorry. Jen's right beneath Xavier.
No,
Oh,
that's tough, King.
I'm sorry. Jen's way over here in the corner, kind of in the angled wall. Okay. Yeah. The elevator reaches the bottom,
Oh, so you move to the right.
and it covers the porthole up above Xavier. There is now the elevator sitting on top of it. The fence opens, and a figure walks out. Walks over to the the safe. And
Uh-oh.
nobody hears
On
shit.
our level? On our level?
Yep. And nobody hears a fucking thing for some reason. This is a very high stealth check. You hear a ting, 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 and look behind you, and the vault door is shut.
No!
That's our mystery guest's turn. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the map. Hang on, I gotta put them on the map. Layer, token layer. Get tokens. Shabam. All right. So that's gonna be their turn. Next up is Safkeen.
Here's Jenny. I'm sending you a recent pic of what the layout is.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's so I can stop streaming then.
Okay. So I'm just gonna yell
Oops,
to Jen
I
very
typed that
quickly.
wrong.
Just Jen, get behind me, Xavier. Move up. And then
Trying.
I know. Just so that you know, on your next turn that you can skedaddle. And then she's gonna pull the decanter of endless water out and unstopper it and yell, "Geyser!" and point it at the monster creatures.
All right. So you open up your decanter. Did you move forward at all? Sorry.
No.
Or are you going to stay put? You're currently 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away from the two in front.
It can... Wait. Let me look up decanter of water. How far can I make it go?
Decanter of endless water. I think it goes 30. I think the gush is... Or is it 30 gallons? Maybe it's 30 gallons.
30 feet long and 1 foot wide. Okay. So I...
5 gallons. So Geyser produces 30 gallons of water, 30 feet long, 1 foot wide. So you can hit one of them with the blast.
Splash.
I don't want to hit them. I want to make the floor around them full of water.
Okay. So you're aiming at the center of them and filling it up with 30 gallons of water. That's pretty much in an instant that happens. So you uncork it, you aim it, the geyser blasts forward. I'm gonna go ahead and say,
if I need to move forward,
it'll be difficult terrain for them, but they won't have to make the strength check to see if they get pushed back, since you're aiming at the floor between them. Okay. All right. So the puddle increases.
The whole area.
I'm gonna grab this little puddle and see if I can move it here. Yeah, there we go. So a 30-gallon blast of water hits the floor and covers an area of 9 squares. And it's a little bit slippery and slick as the congealed blood mixes with it and creates this nasty slurry. And you can see the Eidolon are already starting to slip a little bit in it.
Yep.
All right. So the geyser will continue until the start of your next turn as you hold it there.
That's fine.
Okay.
My bonus action. Can I?
That was your bonus action to say geyser.
That's not my action.
Use the action to remove the stopper and then speak the command word. That's your action. And then
it's a
as a bonus
to
action, you can aim it.
Okay.
So that's action and bonus action? I'll still allow you to move if you'd like to move to somewhere.
No.
Okay. All right. You just keep aiming it straight forward.
Then.
All right. Safkeen's got her fire hat on and pointing the vault. Although when the door shuts, she looks over her shoulder shakes her head, and then just goes back to her work. Unfazed. She knows what's going on. So she's going to go ahead and pick that lock.
Dad? Why is she unfazed about being locked in a giant vault?
She breaks a lockpick. That was a terrible roll. Yeah, that was awful. She breaks a lockpick, frustrated, just hits the top of the treasure chest and sits down, a little defeated.
Aww.
All right, that's Cece's turn. On to you, Auburnell, who is coming right back.
Abby.
Smelled smoke. Okay.
Not smoke.
It's not good.
Yeah, our only source of heat is a wood stove, and it keeps smoking even though it's locked down. It should not be smoking. I think it's a backdraft. Okay.
Probably. There's a lot of wind today. All right, so the door has just been shut to the vault as you are trying to pick a lock. You see Cece on the other side of the room break a lockpick and just kind of sit back, almost defeated, looking over her shoulder, just shaking her head at the situation.
I just want to look over my shoulder and say, Cece, do you know who's out there? Friend or foe? I need to learn sign language.
You get the gist that there's two people. One of them, no good. The other one, kind of on the fence.
That doesn't help at all. Well, because I had to roll the dirty 20 on this, I'm looking over my shoulder, but I still have my hands in the lockpick, so I'm going to use my action to try to open the chest.
And you rolled a dirty 20? It unlocks flawlessly while your back's turned. You're looking at Cece and it unlocks just like no effort. Cece just takes her lockpick belt and throws it against the wall.
Hey! It's okay. I'll open yours for you.
She mouths the words "rough day."
Rough day. Okay, what's in this one before?
All right, you open it up, and inside it looks like there is a pile of similar likenesses of Palins and Hoppsmillers.
What the hell why? I'm just gonna pull them out and start putting them on the floor.
What languages do you know?
Not useful ones. Deep speech and the other evil one.
Evil one.
Abyssal. I speak Abyssal.
You can't read any of them. Let me see if I can show you kind of what you see. Hang on just a second. Let me make sure it's kind of set up here.
I feel like it'd probably be more useful if you was down with the Eidolons because you could try and speak to them.
Do you think that maybe that you should be down with the lich statue and the blood?
You chose wrong. You chose wrong.
Oh man, I
have
made
no
this.
place with undead. Just don't. They shouldn't be down there.
Oh no, did I make this?
You want to go down there? Do you want to just stay and help Cece with the lock?
No,
it's fine.
I didn't play very well.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, I think I can show you this.
My dad brought me the good drugs for my shoulder, so
Ooh,
I need to go down there. Which is, I'm back in business, totally working. No
back
pain.
in business.
Let's see your roll 20, Seda. I want to make sure it's correct.
Oh my goodness!
All right,
What
the
is-
tiles at the bottom.
Okay.
But I am gonna have to hide some of them because you only find a third of them.
DM, the shape. Do they look like they go into the columns?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So these are the 5 pillars, and then these are the things that go in the pillars.
Yeah, but you
I
don't know
hate-
where and what order.
So you just sits back and she's holding a tablet in each hand. She's like, I just hate rich people so much.
Did
So
you
much.
have a keen mind? Like, she's super intelligent. Could she remember Jen reading off the names of the people in front of the statues?
I do not have keen mind, but I'm very intelligent.
When I was looking at them either. She was outside when I was looking.
Yeah, I would say the only
Statues
person
in
with this
there.
knowledge would be Genevieve.
Oh, and I'm just gonna grab a bunch of these and walk over to Lindell. Lindell was in the room. Lindell, do you remember when Genevieve had these? Or read about these? Or
I've never seen Jen with little tombstone things.
no, they were on the wall in the banquet hall.
There were little tombstone things on the wall?
Maybe I don't know. Do you like
There were
puzzles?
statues
Look,
that
these
she was
go.
looking at.
Look, they fit right here. I'm just gonna pick up a total random one and stick it into one of the holes. Because rich people are stupid and they like to booby trap their whole mansion. Can I try to shove one into a hole? Can I
Not
please try
this
to shove
turn.
one into a hole?
It is.
Oh
it
yeah,
is-
it's an action.
right.
It's not interact with object.
So you're now over with Lindell, but that'd be the end of your turn
Yes.
having a conversation before Lindell's
Okay.
turn. But in between, there is something else that's going to happen. Xavier, roll a dexterity saving throw.
More
Dexterity.
complications.
Dex. Kaboom. Why? I don't want to. What's happening?
All of a
Crap.
sudden, you feel the floor fall out from beneath you. You see the walls pan up, and you hit the stone floor that's now at an angle and slide down right beneath Safkeen, almost tripping
Yeah.
her. You
What are you
go
doing?
right into the back of her legs as you flatten out. It looks
What?
like the platform above you has been dropped down, and it slams
Like-
against the wall
like an
at the top of the
angle?
ramp.
Or
Right,
just
so it's like this down to the floor. So it was up here, it just went, and you hit the ramp and slid down it.
damn. Okay.
Roll a perception check for me. Safkeen, actually, Genevieve, Safkeen, and Xavier roll perception check.
Okay.
Straight perception.
I got a 20.
Good job.
25.
25, and Safkeen, 23. All of you see a blur from over here. See where I'm pinging on the screen?
Yeah.
To the left,
No.
on that left side of the platform, you see a
Does it say anything?
humanoid figure in heavy robes fly to the ceiling and through the portal.
Through
Oh,
The portal that the creatures came from.
Oh no, the hole in the ladder in the ceiling. Something flies through the wall and up to the porthole and through it.
the elevator's not blocking that, eh?
Oh, you're right. Okay.
It flies doing a
Sorry.
They smash into the bottom of the
Hey.
elevator, and you see now hovering above it. Actually, they're going to take a little damage from that.
If they
They
went
did not
through the
notice it.
wall, why would they not go through the elevator? Though?
You don't know, but they did smash into the bottom of the elevator and take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you see a figure now hovering up at the top of the ceiling, 50 feet up. And I'm going to put them on the board real quick. Hear a voice go in a gruff male voice as it slams into the ceiling. And that's going to be their turn. Next up is Lindell.
Okay. So a lot has happened in her last turn.
Yeah.
Cece has magically failed at a safe. The door of the safe itself has closed. You has opened her treasure chest and found
Oh,
little gravestone things and has failed to cast Misty Step. So Lindell, believing that she has guidance, is going to attempt to open her own treasure chest.
All right. So go ahead and roll to Thieves' Tools.
Let's do it.
Lockpicks.
Fuck. Got a
What'd you get?
12.
A 12. Yeah, you try and lockpick breaks. Same as
Breaks,
CC.
not just failed, it totally breaks. Shit.
It breaks.
Okay.
That's correct. So you get a little pissed off, but you know how to remove a lockpick. You can always try again.
Okay, so to be clear, when you say, so my understanding is when you say lockpick breaks, that means that set of thieves' tools is no longer functioning.
No. Thieves' Tools
just-
will have several different kinds of picks and stuff, so I wouldn't say after. Okay.
Okay.
Next up, Xavier. So you've just seen Safkeen blast some water and fallen down into the back of her.
Okay.
There's a dude
like,
floating up above.
Am I prone? Do I have to like stand up from prone?
Yeah, you failed your dex text, so you'd have to stand up from prone.
Okay, so does that take my entire turn to stand up from prone? I can't remember.
Half your movement.
Okay, half my movement. I stand up. Spell attack. Yes.
All right, go ahead and make your ranged spell attack against that guy.
Did I do that? Did it roll?
Was that 9? 7.
Like I don't know why it keeps
Oh.
rolling twice. Like
Right, it rolls twice in case you have advantage or disadvantage, but you use the first roll if you don't.
Okay. Yeah.
So 14? 14
Yes.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes.
Witch bolt.
As the witch bolt flies out of Xavier's woody hand, strikes the creature. Blasted back into one of the braziers that's burning bright blue.
Did that work? Why didn't it roll?
I don't know.
I'm having problems with it linking up because it rolled on my other page. 37 points of damage.
Wow, 37. Is it what type of damage?
I
Is it
don't know if
still
it's actually electrical. Yeah, so it's lightning.
lightning?
It
Very
is-
nice. So 30 points of damage to that
does
one.
it
37.
cause
Yeah.
more damage?
37, my
Because
bad.
the
37.
soggy?
This one just wait. What was that?
Come up. That's
The
weird.
water.
Can
Take more
can
damage
the
from the water?
electricity attack deal more damage because they're all soggy?
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, that-
I'll make my other two that are standing in the same pool of water roll a dex save and see if they take
There
any
you
damage.
go.
Science! Right. Woo, science!
One got a
Woo,
23 and the other got a 19,
Oh.
so I'm going to say they're fine.
Oh.
Yeah, they kind of do the lizard walk thing. As the other one is just like, and then just explodes into a burst of flames. That one's gone.
Woo. Ah.
You exploded
One
it.
down.
Hooray!
So you can move your
I
hex
can
now,
move
right?
I can move the bolt and the hex. So I'm going to hex somebody
Alright.
new and I'm going to move I think my bolt I can move to a new target.
Okay,
Let me-
which one?
It is ever outside the spell range. Okay. I'm not sure. I read that as I could move it to a new target, but I don't think I can.
I thought
I'll-
you could move it to a target you could see. Maybe.
Yeah,
thought I could
point a witch
do it.
bolt.
I'm gonna move the hex, but I'm not sure about the witch bolt.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
The sustained arc between you and the target, make a ranged spell attack against that creature on a hit. On each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is ever
Okay.
outside the
So no, it
range.
doesn't move. It just dies with the creature.
Okay.
Yep, but it's gone. But then the hex you can move.
Yes, that I'm doing.
Which one do you want to hex?
I'm just gonna hex this guy.
The one closest to you. All right. I'll put the little green dot on there. He is hexed. What else would you like to do with your turn? You've used half your movement to get up and your action.
I'm just gonna stay where I am for right now.
All right, very good. On to the monsters. Yeah, I think they have a higher dex. Right. So the two that are in the puddle are not going to be phased by the fact that they're in a puddle, but they are going to treat it as difficult terrain. So they're still going to try and move through it because they're dummies. So this one can only get to here, and this one can only get to here. No, wait, one more. There. This one is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just barely got to Xavier. Xavier is going to make a claw attack against you. That is a 13 to hit.
No.
Second attack, 19 to hit.
No.
19 doesn't hit. Damn.
I'm AC 20.
He swings over your head both times. No reaction. And on to Genevieve. What would you like to do?
First of all, I want to shout up at that guy who's floating and be like, "Are you here to help us?"
Let's hope.
He looks back down, and you can see in the very dim light a scraggly beard underneath this hood that hangs past the eyes. It grins at you. No.
Oh dear.
Is he dressed like me?
No.
Does
Okay.
he look like that creepy Mazer guy who speaks with a weird accent?
You guys have no idea this is even happening.
That's true.
All right, Jen's gonna take two of her bells and start ringing them, swirling them together in front of herself to cast a level 2 chaos bolt at that hexed one close and in front of her.
The figure up at the hatch waves its hand, pulls out a wand and points it at you, and a bolt of anti-magic comes out and cancels the spell.
Rude.
He takes the wand and sheathes it back inside the robes.
All right.
Play fair.
Jen was planning on running over to Sofkeen as instructed, but with some horrible beardo up there, she's not going to go there now. So let's count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, I guess. I'm going to try to run this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Don't worry.
Okay, yeah, you move around the range of those creatures, up closer to the crystal and the portal, making your way kind of strafing around the wall as they kind of like look and they look conflicted as you rush past them further into the room.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Is that your turn?
Conflicted. That's my turn.
All right. Next up is Mystery Guest. Yeah. Okay. You I don't know if anybody will hear this. Let's see. You guys will definitely not. Xavier and Sofkeen, roll a perception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
Yep.
Is there a way to tell it to roll with disadvantage?
No, you just roll a check as normal, and then you
on-
treat the 2 dice rolls as disadvantage. So you take the
On
lower.
Beyond 20, there is a thing that you can do that'll tell it to roll at disadvantage.
I see. And then it'll tell you which one.
I've normally got advantage on perception, so I just roll normally, right?
Yes, it would just be a straight roll. So then whatever the first roll is.
Okay.
Or
Yes,
yeah, there you go. So 19. 19 total.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, you do hear it. And Sofkeen?
Safkeen had shit. She rolled a 5.
5. Okay, all right. Yes, the elevator begins to move back up. Seems someone has activated the lever. The cloaked figure immediately looks above. Goodbye! And begins to move up.
Somebody
Obviously
move.
can't yet. Okay, next up is Safkeen. What would you like to do?
Safkeen is really pissed off that she can't freeze them in place because they just keep running places. So she's just gonna. Actually, how far away is this guy on a floaty guy? How far away is he?
Floaty guy is 50 feet up.
Okay. Let me see. No.
Within 60 feet of a spell. Because it's like diagonal, but you're fine for any spell that's 60 feet.
Yeah. Actually. Wait a second.
Or any action that's 60 feet.
Ooh. She's gonna ignore the stupid thing in front of her.
Mhm.
And she's going to use this for the first time, actually. She's gonna reach up and cast. So I think for her it's called Mist of the Clench of the North Wind, but it basically is hold person.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so yeah, you
Cool.
cast Clench of the North Wind. Let's see how this works.
Fancy name for whole person.
Does it make like a dog on your lap who's being held with 2 arms? Is that what it's like?
That's exactly right.
It's like this.
Oh, snuggles.
Oh.
So much reading. It's been a long time since we've done combat stuff. So.
that's true.
Features and traits, Clench of the North Wind. Where are you? There we go. 3 key points, and you're casting Hold Person. At will. Blah blah blah. I'll say you have a small straight piece of iron. Sure. That's the spell component. And let's see. Targets. Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Let's see. Is this considered a charm effect?
No, it'll say charm in the spell if it's being charmed.
Okay, just making sure. Okay. Wisdom save. That is a 24 on the wisdom save.
Curses.
You reach up, but the spell seems to have no effect. They seem to have shrugged it off.
I'm just gonna yell up. You're dead when I get you.
Dead, but with a strong mind, you shan't forget.
I'm gonna yank that bird off its stupid face.
There are worse things than death.
What's worse than death? Pretty fine.
And then she's going to spend a key point and take the dodge. Actually. No, I've already done my action, never mind. I will. Yeah, I'll spend a key point and take the dodge action.
Okay, you take the dodge action, so you are currently dodging. Safkeen's gonna, CC. You're gonna stay put, Safkeen, I imagine.
Yeah.
Since
Does
you're
jumping
dodging.
count as movement or is it an action? It's an action, right?
Jumping. I think you can jump
Jumping
up.
uses
Yeah, I
your
think it's an action.
movement.
Yeah, movement, and it might be an action to. I don't know. I can't remember. Mostly movement.
Okay, because I was thinking I could do Step of the Wind and then jump at him. But then if I can't do anything, once
you can
if I land,
try.
then- can I try?
Looking
Or
at
should
it,
I do
it's a ramp that goes up at about a 45-degree angle of 10 feet in the air, and then there is this grate that you used to be standing on, this metal platform that goes up 10 feet, and above that there's another 30 feet of wall with a ladder before you can get to him. So you're like, maybe.
Never mind. I'll just use patient
It's a
defense.
lot. Okay. All right.
Dog.
Very good. So next up is Cece, who's going to try the lock again. Oh god. She broke another pick. She's frustrated. She's going to stay put. Next up is you.
Hugh is down in front of Lindell with these tablets in her hand. But she's just going to look over her shoulder and say, Cece, the people outside, would they hurt Sofkeen? Or Xavier? Or Jen? Or what the fuck, Cece? So I'm going to throw down the tablets and run over to the door. Is there any way to move open the door?
You want to try the door? All right.
Yes.
So move on the squares, your movement, which is, I think, 30 feet.
Oh, is this 30 feet wide? It's a bigger room than I thought.
You can go by
Okay.
the squares. So if you just hit the arrows on your keyboard
Oh, well, I'm over there
to
now.
count out your spaces.
Oh, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, I can't get over there?
Right.
I'm with
That's
where
as
the
far as
torch
you can
is.
get. That's correct. Unless you want to use the dash action.
Well, it's my action then. I don't have a... Wait. Do I have a bonus action that would help me after... My actions. My bonus actions. My only bonus action is 2-weapon fighting. Can I hit the door with my offhand?
Smackety smack.
Ziggity smack.
Do a
Well,
something.
from here, I could try to mage hand push it open.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Yeah.
All right, so you cast Mage Hand, and you send it
Yes.
over towards the door. Roll an Arcana check for me.
With the maximum amount of Arcana check. Okay, we're gonna. That die is cursed. Arcana. Natural 1 on the die. I have a +8 to Arcana, so a 9.
You're like going like this, like, oh, there's a little blood dripping from your nose, and it's just not budging.
10 pounds of pressure. That's what I get. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably
That's
it. Okay, so next up is our mystery floating guy, who is going
And
to...
David, I have a question about our mystery guy.
Yep.
When he flew up and he hit his head on the bottom of the elevator and he took that damage.
He maintained, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, I did roll. He rolled pretty high. He did take some damage, but he maintained. All right.
I have a bonus action.
Okay. All right.
I didn't use my bonus action. I want to close my eyes. Can I see through Krampus even though I'm in a room of residuum?
No, you cannot.
Oh.
Oh. So I've just lost contact with Krampus? What happens if I just get cut off from Krampus magically? Do I know what happens?
You don't know what happens, and it feels like you can't contact him currently.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay. Next up, mystery guy. Let's see here. Yep, is gonna fly up through the portal. Xavier Sofkeen, another perception roll with disadvantage.
Perception. So normal perception.
Perception's at home.
Not bad. 11. And Sofkeen, how'd you do?
I got a 21.
21. Xavier, you just hear muffled conversation, but Sofkeen, you can hear clear as day the gruff, cloaked figure as soon as their head goes through the portal. No, not you! Get out of... And pulls a wand out of their robe, and you see a flash of energy, and then the figure floats back up. You hear the scream of a young female.
Is anybody else absolutely, completely confused of what's going on? Okay,
You hear
good.
a young female go, "No!" Ah! And that's it. Then silence.
What the hell? That beardy guy just.
All right, so he is now going to be up here. And that's his turn. Next up is Lindell.
Okay. I have a question. Jen was the one who snuck up through the meadery and was listening in on those conversations on the people upstairs, right? This
Mhm.
guy, like underneath the hood, he doesn't look like that guy that was talking about Bastion to her, does it?
It could be.
Could be. Lindell, she sees you just kind of drop the things, go and look at the door. As far as Lindell is aware, everyone else is fine, right? She has no concept that anyone is being attacked or injured. She has not been alerted to any sort of attack. All she knows is that the
You're
safe
sealed
door
inside
closed
this
on
vault.
itself. That's all. That's all she knows.
They also didn't hear the screaming girl outside as well getting zapped just now.
Nope.
But also, she heard me ask Cece if they were in danger or if
Yes,
Right, well-
you did.
And
Yes.
Cece said that like one was a okay person and one was a bad person.
She said one's
when
on the
I asked
fence and the other one is probably,
Right.
yes, very bad.
Right.
But when I asked if they would hurt Soft Keen, she shook her head yes.
Oh, she did say yes. Okay. So
Yeah, that's why I went to the door.
yeah, that's fair. Looking at the door from across the room, like just at a glance, is there like a big handle or something, or like a locking mechanism, or is it just like
Roll
a
a perception
flat
check.
back of the door?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
While you're rolling, I have a real world example that my post office has a bank safe and you can open it from the inside as a safety mechanism.
Oh.
It's a walk-in safe. Yeah, and it has an indoor latch because otherwise people would die from locking themselves in bank safes. Anyway.
Well, if you know the names of the old elves, you could probably get out.
Someone inside of that safe, and you can get out.
Shut up, Genevieve. I can't even tell.
All right, Lindell, you got a 7. You
Yeah.
can't tell from this distance. Maybe. It does look like there's some clockwork parts maybe exposed, but that's about all you can tell.
Okay. Lindell has great confidence in Safkeen's ability to defend herself. So she's gonna, because as far as maybe they're dangerous, but Safkeen can punch shit. So Lindell's gonna take one more attempt at this chest here.
Okay, go for it.
19?
19 unlocks. You manage to clear the pick.
Yes.
You turn your lockpick expertly and finally opens up. You open up the lid, or
Carefully, not breathing in, looking away.
Yep, looking away, opens up the chest, and it opens. And inside is another pile of those same tiles.
Okay, Lindell will use whatever movement or extra stuff she has to see if she can find any tokens that she recognizes, either what was her name, Nora, or Mildred, or Nora's brother, just any of the NPCs that she has met that she knows is related to the Hoppsmillers and that kind of whatnot.
Okay. Looking at the stack of tiles that are written in a language that I don't think you can read either.
But she does have the Eye of Scrying, the Eye of Reading.
Right. Okay, so you want to use the looking glass? I'll let you use the looking glass as a bonus action.
I said she was just looking at the pictures. Like she's just looking at the face.
Just the pictures. Okay, you're just looking at the faces. Roll a history check for me.
History. Shit.
This is the craziest puzzle. Also, look at the
11.
max symbols on there.
I'm gonna watch Jason.
Sure is.
My D4.
11. You
Fancy.
only recognize one of the tiles.
Okay.
It looks like the man that you saw in the meadery. This one right here.
Oh wait.
Which one? Hang on. I didn't see you
Okay,
ping
and that
it.
was the guy that was running the meteor, or that was the guy that was.
That was the
like,
guy that
on
pulled up in the
that showed
carriage
up?
and berated the other two.
Okay. So yeah, so she'll pull that one out of the pile, and I guess the next thing that she would do is like look at the name.
Yeah, if you hold the looking glass up to it, it says Bastion Hoppsmiller.
Okay.
So let me put the Bastion Hoppsmiller one up on the board for you.
Bastion is Mildred's brother, right?
Or her dad, her brother.
I think it's her brother, and he's like inherited her position in her deck.
That sounds right. So Hoppsmiller is the third pillar. That's the central pillar. Those are hops, right?
This, right? Yeah, hops.
Yes, that's correct. That is a hop.
Does
What happens
this?
if a Hoppsmiller doesn't want to go into the meadery business? What happens then? Because if they want to be a singer or a performer or a pirate,
We met the beekeeper. So we have
he still
her,
lives
right?
on the estate and makes honey for sale.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how I was doing it. Nameplate.
Oh, there, I can move
Okay,
it.
so now you can see the nameplate, right? That's how I
Yeah.
planned to do it. I was like, how did I translate these for them once they figured them
How
out?
did I make this
They have
crazy, awesome puzzle that's highly detailed and super cool?
I made this 3 months ago, and I've been sitting on it for 3 months.
Wait, but does this depend on us having spoken to everyone in the Hoppsmiller area? Oh my God, DM!
You don't know.
I didn't talk to anyone.
You did get a lot of
He was
information
antisocial.
at the meatery, and
He
you've gotten some more
he
from the
was
castle. So
antisocial.
I know there were names for a reason. Okay, so this particular one you've translated. I'll go ahead and show a few more. We'll just pretend that you guys saw these. So there's a curious one that stands out to you. It just looks like scratched out names or a scratched out name with no picture, and it just says unknown. It's just unknown.
We actually saw this guy, right? The picture. Didn't we meet this dude? Or is it this guy?
We
Well, we'll
still haven't
say
seen the
you can see
pictures of a
this
few of them.
Yep.
Because
Michael
there was
Palin.
5
Yeah.
of them were statues. Yeah. The Palins and some of the
Yeah.
Hoppsmillers. Yep.
But Genevieve
I
isn't there,
recognize him.
so that information is kind of with Genevieve right now. But I am going to say that maybe you guys gleaned a little bit. I'm just going to show a random bunch of these so that you can see.
I thought that guy was actually up at the meadery, but it must have been something else. Because you showed us those faces. Oh, is that in the chat?
Yep, it's
when
in
we
the
were
chat.
eavesdropping?
It's in the Discord chat.
The people. Oh, the Discord chat. When we were eavesdropping on that conversation.
You see a curious one.
Yes.
The one I just
I
revealed.
recognize them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
There's a curious one that you find in the pile. It says Juniperus Hoppsmiller, which sounds very familiar.
All together. Holy shit. Holy shit. Juniper's related to Mildred. Fucking
But
A.
how? Not an elf. Was she adopted?
You also see one of the guys at the meadery that you met, Corbin Hoppsmiller. He was the guy that was kind of down to earth with the crazy cat lady mother.
Where did we see
yeah,
him?
yeah.
Where was
Yeah,
this
yeah.
originally?
He was showing us pictures. So, like, if you go in the Discord chat, are the 5 people that we saw having the conversation when we were in the tunnel, right? Which you weren't there for, Kit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, we would recognize these 5 people.
You also see Chandler the Candler
Chandler the
Oh,
Candler.
and a very familiar portrait of Emma Dean Hoppsmiller. that was behind the throne.
Okay.
I'm going to reveal 2 more. You actually find 2 Emmerdine Hoppsmillers. And then the last one, Jillian. And you met Jillian. One of you did. The glass blower. That was Genevieve also.
Oh, I did.
Yep, you met.
Sorry, I
Jillian.
tapped out for a minute. Why is David revealing the names of a bunch of these?
Because you translated
The people we
2/3 of
know.
them.
Okay.
The people we've actually met.
Using the eye, I
You've waved the
translated.
wand over 2/3 of them. The ones that
Okay,
you've
okay, okay.
The eye.
Yes, so far.
Yes.
The rest of them are in the other chest. You wouldn't know that, but whatever.
Okay.
And then you also notice that there are symbols at the bottom of the 5 pillars. It looks like wheat, grapes, hops, a bee for probably honey, and an apple.
So they're actually finding these. These are in the chest. Those little.
They're in the chests. Yeah, they were in the locked chests. That's correct.
And then the
Okay,
other things
so-
are on the pillars.
We're going back into the fight, so I'm going to change screens again. It's unfortunate I can't show you 2 things at once, but when you split the group, that's what we have to do. Let's see here.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys, splitting the group. All right, let's see here. Back on the normal map. That's loading. Buffering.
Xavier.
All right, there we go. So back in, we're on Xavier, who is face to face with a monster swinging its claws.
Okay. I am going to use a bonus action to cast Far Step. And I am going to
All right.
Ooh,
I'm
that sounds cool.
going to teleport. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. Are these each 5-foot steps? 5-foot squares? Is that right?
Yeah, 5-foot squares. That's correct. So back to the wall, up the ramp would be 15 feet or 10 feet for you.
Is there anything to stand on? Is there like a ledge there now?
It's a ramp that goes up at a 45-degree angle, 10 feet into the air, and meets the wall where the metal thing is now vertical for 10 feet.
There's nothing to really stand on.
No.
What about
But
over
you could kind of
here?
run up the slope and try and grab
Cling,
the metal thing.
cling, use your vines and just Tarzan your way up.
What about right here? Is this like a flat surface on the?
Yeah, it's a
edge?
flat wall that goes up 50 feet to the ceiling.
We all need boots of spider climbing.
Oh, it goes up to the ceiling.
And you
Okay.
saw that figure fly out of that wall.
I'm gonna teleport over to the wall.
Okay.
I am going, and I did that as a bonus action. I'm gonna let loose with a couple of Eldritch blasts on this guy who's in front of
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
and Eldritch blast.
Eldritch Blast. Pew, pew.
1, 2, I think. I hit it twice. I don't know if it'll actually roll twice. Oh, it did roll.
Right.
Okay.
Go back to the chat here.
17 and
So
a
we got
20.
a 17 and 23. Both hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And it's going to get pushed back 10 feet.
Yes. I'm
All
gonna
right.
I'm gonna go ahead and push it back just so it can't get an attack on her if it goes before she
Yeah,
does.
it pushes out of Safkeen's range, which Safkeen, you get an attack of opportunity when it moves out of your range.
Yay!
Nice.
Safkeen's
You
gonna
can
slug
kick it in mid-flight as it
So he
goes
takes
backwards.
17 points of damage as I
17, very nice. Blast, and 17 points of damage to that one. It's
And-
carving parts of its charcoal out, and it's just bursting into these like sparks of flame and soot just falling on the ground beneath it, like almost as it's bleeding charcoal dust.
my
I
farce
got a 19 to hit.
is
19 to hit. That hits. As it's flying backwards from the blast, you just kick it. Go ahead and roll some damage.
I don't
I
add my thing, do I?
Yeah, there
It's just an unarmed strike, right?
9.
9 points of damage. Very nice. You kick another dent in its side. Very good. It's looking pretty rough. as it kind of scoots to a halt and takes its stance back again. Xavier, is that your turn?
That's a bonus action for me to teleport. I fired.
And
I
then
still have-
action.
Okay. I still have movement left. Can I try to like walk back into this wall?
Yep.
He's thinking
You turn around and you walk forward, and you just kind of knock your head into the wall.
Well, crap. Okay, but I saw him come out of there. That's exactly where he came.
It was 30 feet up on the other face of the wall, around the corner.
On the
So
other
right here, and 30 feet up.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Then,
Yep.
I'll let-
Next up is the monsters. It's going to re-engage Safkeen, stepping in. This one is also going to go for Safkeen, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. These two are going to go for Jen, 5, 10, 15, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They don't get flanking position. They're not that smart. Okay, so 4 claw attacks against both Jen and Safkeen. Let's do Safkeen first. First one rolls, oh gosh, what is that? a 12 and a natural 1. So I think that one misses. Now the one with the green dot. That is a 16 and a 2 on the other die, so that doesn't hit. So one swing misses. The second one, 16.
Yeah, it hits.
That hits. It scrapes down the front of you. It's gonna be. It doesn't do as much damage as you would expect. It only does 5 points of slashing damage. All right. So that is the 2 on Safkeen, I think. Yeah, that's the 2 on Safkeen. Now the 2 on Genevieve. The first one takes 2 strikes, an 18 and a 14.
Ooh. It's my armor class is 14.
Your armor class is 14.
It's both hit
14 matched. I think it has to meet or exceed your armor class.
So matching hits.
Yeah, they both hit. Okay. So I'm a little rusty on combat too. Okay, so the first slash does 4 points of slashing damage, and the second one, the second one does 9 points. So 13 points of slashing damage total. And then the second creature is going to take 2 swipes. That's a 7 and a 23. I think that one does hit.
So 23 hits, yeah.
So that one strike does 10 points of slashing damage. They rolled really well.
Okay.
All right, and those 2 are going to end their turn. Next up is Genevieve. What would you like to do?
All right, in reaction to all this slashing, she's going to try to get the fuck out of there. So she's going to swirl around, look and try to thunderstep the fuck out of there.
Okay.
So she looks at them and goes, "We're too close for comfort." Thunderstep at level. Thanks. Level 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Level 3.
Very nice. So where do you want to jump to?
I want to jump behind the altar here.
Oh, okay. So what's the range on that?
I think it's 120 feet, isn't it? Hold
Wonderful.
on.
I think you could probably go anywhere in this chamber you want to go.
Go up.
Oh, it's
go
90
up.
feet. Sorry. 90.
90 feet. Okay.
I have to be able to see it. That's why I can't go up.
Then make your way over here and then thunderstep.
No, too late. I thunderstepped that way.
Behind the altar. Okay. Yeah, you could go all the way behind the altar, like standing behind it if you'd like.
Perfect. Yeah, I want to be right there.
Perfect. Go ahead and move your character up there. And then how much damage does it deal to the creatures?
Okay, so Thunderstep at level 3 does... So make a con saving throw.
con save. I don't think their con saves are too good. The first one and the second one. Let's see, 7 and 11.
Both fail. So
Both
they're going to take
fail.
3d10 of 10. 3d10
Oh,
of
nice.
thunder.
Wonderful.
All
Alright, 3d10 of thunder damage. Go ahead and roll.
4, 6, 7, 10 thunder damage each.
10 thunder damage. Every bit counts. So they are both rocked by the thunder's crash as you teleport behind the altar on the other side of the room, leaving them shaken and confused as you disappear.
Would
into
we
the back
feel
room.
that upstairs?
So
I was
now,
going to say,
standing in front of
within
this
300
altar,
you can hear it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear it, right?
now standing in front
You
of
can hear it from
behind the
300 feet
altar
away.
in the darkness, you feel the ominous presence of this giant statue behind you as you stand in a pile of old stained blood in front of a gigantic altar that looks like it has various jars with organs inside them. You can see the remnants of bones in platters, and you
Are we
also
gonna
see
find
a
a mummy?
bloody pamphlet of some sort laying in the center of the table.
Ooh, okay.
Necronomicon.
it.
I'm going to end my turn there because I don't have any more actions, and
Yep.
none of my bonus actions do anything for it. So, but could
Alright.
they hear that upstairs? Because it says the spell does have a 300-foot boom range
What
of sound.
was the spell level?
It was on level 3.
No.
Eh?
Okay.
Well, you're in
What?
a
I feel
Really? We're sealed
Really?
inside a safe. It's like a soundproof vault.
Yeah. That's why I was checking.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
I guess we're the safest place we could be until the oxygen runs out.
Oh, straight up pun. Wow.
Oh, damn, that was unintentional. I didn't.
That is surprising, but I applaud it. Okay.
I never want to give you puns.
So next up was our mystery person, and then let's see. Yep. Okay. Next up is Safkeen.
Is this Thomas sending me another photo? Why, thank you,
Yeah.
Thomas.
I just. Yeah,
So you are staring down the face of two of these Calcrix creatures.
Safkin's gonna do what she does best and punch them! Or kick them.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll to attack. So you want to start with the one in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Punch it!
Attack. Go ahead and roll.
22.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay. Oh, not as bad. 6.
6 points of damage as you strike across the front of its torso, and it just chunks off a piece of charcoal that falls to the ground and kind of sparks into flame.
And she'll punch it again.
All right, go ahead.
Punchy. 16.
16. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage as you uppercut it.
Oh, better. 8.
8 points of damage. So you knock it back, and it just continues to fall into a pile of ash on the ground. You can see it's still corporeal. It's still together, but it looks like it is down.
Okay. And I'm just gonna smoothly just like move on to the next one next to me.
Very good. Pop.
And do a flurry of blows.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack.
How much is flurry? Is it 1? Yeah, it's 1. First strike is 14.
14 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh. Whew. That's an 8.
8 points. Very nice. As you just pummel it, and sparks just fly off of it from your fists.
Ready.
And I hit it again.
All right, hit it again. Roll to attack. Boof, boof.
Oh, this one not so good. 13.
13. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage, just barely.
Uh,
Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't. That doesn't hit.
oh, okay.
No, it does. You matched. It does. It hits.
Okay. 6.
6 points of damage. Very nice.
He doesn't care about himself.
All right. Yeah, you are just covered in this like ash dust all over your fists. You look like a coal miner. All right. So you have movement if you'd like to move or stay put.
Oh, smart. She is gonna stay.
Stay put.
She will. Well, she's engaged with this guy now, so she's probably not gonna. She won't move yet.
Okay,
No.
staying put. So
I didn't even know
Next-
you received anyone, and you're engaged.
so next up is Cece, and then you will be directly after. Cece is going to continue to try and pick her lock. It's the last one. Fucking finally. She picks the lock, opens it up. You guys get all of the tiles now. And then it is Yu's turn.
Yu's getting to the door. It's so weird. We haven't heard anything going on out there. Maybe they're totally
They're totally
fine.
fine. Yeah.
Nothing has happened at all. I must be overreacting. Okay. I'm getting to the door.
Mhm.
I'm searching for a lever, a mechanism, any sort of safety lever to keep people from getting locked inside on a safe. Because those exist. I know
Yeah,
for a fact.
go ahead. Do a perception check for me. Or investigation.
No,
right?
investigation, right?
Yeah,
You
investigation.
can't make me roll perception. Oh, thank God. 19 on the die plus 8.
Ooh.
27. Yes, sure enough, you do find a hatch in the same side that the lever was on. It looks like you can reach a hand inside and feel around. And when you do, you feel what looks, it's like a grenade pin type thing.
Hey! I pulled
Hey,
it.
good from you.
Okay,
It's a terrible
Bonus action.
idea.
Pull that pin, baby.
you
Yeah.
pull the grenade pin and you hear
And push. I'm going to push at the same time. I need to push.
it opens up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very heavy. Opens up about 5 feet, but now it is open.
Totally
Okay.
thought you were going to blow yourself up.
I think I have enough movement just to step I just want to get both feet outside the residuum. I just want to cross the threshold.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you can get just outside the threshold. That's fine. And when you do, you see the elevator lifting up to the top of the ceiling and disappearing up. The hatch is now completely open. The gate, however, is closed. It's no longer jammed shut. The lever is up, and you see a tortoise walking around on the carpet.
What?
Oh no.
More turtle!
No!
I can't go. I've got no movement
Yeah,
left.
it's
I
like
can't
maybe
do it.
about this big, a tortoise.
I bet the girl was turned into a tortoise.
You
My
notice that
actions, my
the
bonus action.
tortoise,
I can still scream.
the tortoise has a little like fluffy mohawk of blue hair,
Ooh.
Juniper?
That's a cool tortoise.
like kind of swooped back a little bit.
Juniper? I think it might be Juniper. I don't know anyone else that has blue hair.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna yell out for
I
the
mean,
last person I saw
yell.
was Xavier. So at the top of my lungs, because I can't move any further, I just want to yell, Xavier!
Xavier, I would say you hear that. Yeah, you're
Okay.
right down below. You hear it.
I hear
You screaming.
yelling for help.
Yeah.
How
And that's
far? Okay. I gotta wait till my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
use
need
my
to do a little
action
upkeep.
bonus action.
This
Yeah.
figure is not in the room. They're off the map.
Okay. Yeah.
And where-
I've used everything. Oh, and the people I can talk. People behind me. Lindell, forget those tiles. We've got a tortoise. Tortoise alert! Tortoise! Xavier!
All right, and that's Yu's turn. On to our mystery person. Our mystery person is going to. Yep. All right.
I opened a door.
Let's see here. That'd be about right. Okay. Next up is Lindell.
Forget those tiles. We've got
A
tortoise. Cool. Okay, there we go. It's in my notes and everything. Fabulous. Okay, so Lindell sees that Cece has opened the last chest and there's more tiles. She's holding the bastion tile in her hand. And then she hears you calling for help. So this is obviously going to take a lot more time to put into place. And there's no reason, there's nothing telling her that this is pressing, right? There's nothing telling her that like she has 30 seconds to put all the tiles in place or anything like that. There's no sort of countdown clock. So we can come back to this later.
Know of, though.
Yeah. So she's going to, I guess she'll look at Cece and she'll give her like a thumbs up for finally getting her chest open. And then she'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I guess she'll just fucking take a dash action.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And so she can get right up beside you.
Okay.
Lindell made Four Turtle, right?
Yeah.
You're the one that polymorphed.
Yeah, I polymorphed.
So you would recognize like a polymorph.
So as I walk into the room, I mean, David, you can obviously correct me, but I would clearly see a polymorphed creature of some kind.
Yeah, I mean it.
Real tortoise.
It's not like super obvious, but there definitely wasn't a tortoise there to begin with.
There wasn't a tortoise before. There were two people at one point, and now there is.
It definitely has some
turtle,
like humanoid qualities with the mohawk and whatnot.
Yeah, it's got the blue hair. You're like, yeah.
Okay, so Lindell. She does.
Actually, roll a perception check for me, real quick.
Sure. Yeah. Fuck it. My perception is crap, but that's.
Let's try. Let's just see if you gain any extra knowledge here.
Sure. Let's try. Let's see.
Oh, 23. You know, a couple of things. With your eagle eye, as soon as you get out of that stupid, like, magically shielded chamber, you finally feel your energy come back, and you're like, oh, fuck. And you look at this tortoise, and you're like, yeah, that's Juniper.
Yeah. That's Juniper!
And then you notice over at the other end of the elevator, right outside the fence, beneath that lever, there is what looks like a charred stick that slowly dissolves into a pile of ash and then disappears.
Like incense? I see it too. You see it too.
It's a small stick that looks like it was charred to embers and just turned to dust and disappeared.
Like a wand or like a lever or like
roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh,
I'll help. Can I help?
Yes.
I'm helping.
No, it's Lindell's turn and he did the perception roll. So only he would see it. Or only only she would see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm standing right there.
You're focused on a tortoise with a blue mohawk.
That is rather
okay.
You know that some magical items have charges, and when they're all spent, they disappear.
Okay.
And you is holding a polymorphed creature, so 2 and 2 together.
Have I picked up the tortoise?
So here's my
question. I thought you were holding the no?
Oh,
okay.
Did she get all the way to the tortoise?
I thought I didn't have enough movement left.
It was crawling towards you. You had it right there.
I'll pick up
you've got it.
Fine.
Yeah, you're looking at the tortoise.
For me.
It's looking back at you. Sure.
No, I'm shoving it into Lindell's face.
Yeah, Lindell, you're like looking at the floor with the ash, looking at the tortoise, looking at you.
Okay. So my question is, and you obviously you can say no, but with 2-weapon fighting, if you take the attack action with a light weapon, you can make a bonus action attack with a light weapon. I do have a dagger in my hand. I'm wondering if I can make a bonus action attack to just like boop the turtle.
Sure, you can boop the turtle.
Okay, fabulous. Yes.
Yeah, and you're trying to injure it.
I'm trying to injure it because
Roll
Lindell,
D4.
as a very prolific polymorph caster,
Yeah, it's basically prone because it's held. So yeah, roll a D4.
advantage on the, or just regular attack roll.
Actually, you know what? Roll an attack roll because you might get a crit.
Yeah. Okay.
Do not kill our tortoise.
That's the point. We have to kill it. That's the point. We have to kill it because once it dies, it returns. That's a 25 to hit.
Okay. And go ahead and roll your
So
Your
9
dagger.
piercing and 8 poison.
8 poison.
Because I have my divine
17.
strength now with my dagger.
I think that takes care of a tortoise, most likely.
Oh.
So yeah,
So Lindell holds the dagger, and there's this like green energy that just kind of sticks to her dagger, and she looks at you holding the tortoise, and she just kind of like jams it right where the neck meets the shell.
punctures in, and a little bit of green goes through the body of the creature, and all of a sudden it starts to bubble and morph, and you is now holding a water genasi, very familiar looking, underneath both arm, from behind, and it's slumped down, and Lindell has a dagger in her thigh.
Take the dagger out.
She looks down and goes,
like,
"Oh, what are you doing?"
It was the easiest way to turn you back. I'm really sorry. I have so many questions. What are you doing here? Who is the other person? What happened to
Okay,
your
we're
arm?
gonna
Who's
end
guy
the
with
turn there. Next up is Xavier. So back down the tunnel.
Wow. Okay.
Holy
Javier.
shit.
How tall is a water genasi compared to me?
They're about 5 feet tall, so maybe a little bit shorter than that.
Oh, I'm still taller then. Yeah.
Yeah,
still,
you're
okay, I got
taller
it.
than her.
Okay.
Okay.
Has the creature that Softkeen is fighting, is it damaged? The one that I've hexed?
Yes, it is. I think all of them have been. I think, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So Softkeen is about to take on the last one that's near her.
Yeah.
Genevieve is reading a book or something. What's she doing?
Not yet.
Can't see her.
She's behind an altar looking at all the gross stuff that is now in front of her.
None of which Xavier's going
And
to
I
have.
hear
None of
you calling for me from up above.
Yes, you do.
How far up is it? Do I know?
50 feet.
Okay, so I could could I technically teleport that far?
I
have 60 feet of teleportation movement, and I can still move my.
If you move, yes. If you move beneath it, I will say yes.
Okay. How do I help everyone?
Just focus on
15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to move next to Softkeen. He is going to throw an illusion.
I can see that. I see that. Yeah, I see it.
He is going to throw an illusion of a wall of fire.
Nice.
Around these guys. Oh, that is.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to put an illusion of fire around them. And then I'm going to teleport. That's not what I want either.
Is Wall of Fire concentration? Or the illusion? Is it concentration?
It's your far step, won't it?
Oh, will it end my far step if I do that?
I think so.
Silent image is concentration up to 10 minutes.
Right. So I think
so.
it'll end. It'll fire and then end. And
Okay.
you'd know that.
Then I'm not going to do that.
Okay, I'll delete it here.
Catherine can handle herself. And Jen.
He's gonna teleport. He's gonna tell Softkeen, I hear you calling for me. She may need help. And then he's gonna
Be offended, but not gonna show it. Like,
you teleport up through the chute and thunk, you're now standing behind the locked fence. Up above you, you can see way up there is the bottom of the elevator shaft. Or the elevator itself.
He's thinking if you called him, she's probably in danger, so he's looking for a target to shoot.
Yeah, you see you holding a water genasi and Lindell with a dagger in her thigh.
He's gonna point his hand and say, "Are we blasting this one?"
You guys look your left, right?
You was not expecting that and just jumps, shocked.
I assume his far step is like a burst of leaves all of a sudden. And
yeah, there's like fall leaves that just kind of settle around you and slowly disappear.
Xavier's just standing there holding his gauntlet ready to fire.
Yep.
No! We're both
It's Juniper, the one that poisoned us. Remember, she's
get this thing out of my leg!
Xavier's gonna.
I'm sorry.
God, she reaches down and tries to clutch it.
He's gonna say,
what kind of creatures?
And they're fighting, and we probably need some help downstairs.
Xavier, that would make noise. We haven't heard a single thing.
Not a single thing.
Wait, where did he go? What happened? Where did he go?
Yeah, Juniper, what the hell happened out here?
He turned me into a tortoise.
Who did?
I'm trying to help you.
Who's he?
Bastion. Did he escape?
He went up the elevator, I think.
No. She just kind of looks really frustrated, upset. She had something planned. It's not working out. And we're going to go to the monsters now.
Without a target? Does it go into my action?
Yeah, that'd be the end if you're not going to fire your Eldritch Blasts.
Well, can he fire it down the shaft as he's standing next to it? Can he fire it the one that's facing Softy?
Yeah, do it. Yeah, sure. You've got enough of a advantage
cover or disadvantage or something.
I don't know. It's like 20 feet out. From that height, yeah, I think you could see it.
Okay,
I love you're getting a blind shot.
Yeah, you've got line of sight. I'll say go ahead.
Okay. 16?
16 hits. Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
As it blasts it right in the top of the head, shaving off a part.
Sufkin's gonna be like, huh? Oh.
It takes 11 plus, hang on, a d6. 1 d6. Oop. Roll. How do I do this? 1d6.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Yeah, how do you give a command again? It's been so long since I've done this.
I think it's / roll and then space 1d6.
1d6. Boop. Nope.
No, slash first.
Copy what I did, but just without the asterisk.
Okay.
I tried to do it and it didn't work, I don't think.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, an extra 6. So he takes 17 points of damage.
All right, very nice. So yeah, you blast its head off and it slumps just a torso onto the ground. Still corporeal, but down.
So Xavier runs up next to Softkeen, says, "I'm going up because you is yelling." He boofs, and there's like a...
And Softkeen's like, wait, but... And then
all of a sudden a blast of it comes down.
Sofkin's like,
we're
I
up
don't
there
understand magic. Magic is weird. I don't understand it.
All right, so the other two are going to rush towards Softkeen. They lost sight of Genevieve. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And this one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That can go diagonal. I'll just go there. Okay, so that is them. And next up is Genevieve. What would you like to do?
Okay, I want to grab the parchment first and just stuff it into my pocket.
Okay, give me just a second. add to your inventory a custom item.
Uh-huh.
If you go to I think equipment, you can add custom on the side. Add 1 Otherborn propaganda.
Otherborn propaganda.
Oh.
Edit.
David, no.
Otherborn.
What's an Otherborn?
Thomas, yes. I've been waiting for you guys to get some of this. Okay, yep, you've got a piece of Otherborn propaganda. I'll say that's just you interacting with an object.
What do you know, Thomas? Damn it. What am I
Wait,
missing?
are the creatures we've been fighting, are they like the children?
I know what Otherborn are.
Wait,
is it a
Probably.
bad thing?
You guys, Safkeen, you and Xavier have killed a lot of Otherborn.
So, sorry, around that
Like maybe
circle, though,
30 or
are those
40 of them?
So far? Wow.
What's that, Genevieve? Sorry.
Can I see all the way to those charcoal things?
Yeah, I think you can see in dim light. Sure.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna cast again.
Okay, what would you like to cast?
So,
Are these Calcrix creatures the children? Have we been killing them?
That's
they're
what I
already dead
said.
if they were children. It's too late.
So,
All right, Jen's gonna start swirling her hands with the bells in them and cry out. Hold on, where is it?
I'm actually.
Oh, killing kids, killing kids. We are killing kids today.
we're not killing kids. We're not kids. We're not children.
All right, so she's swirling her bells into it to make like an orb
I don't know what
together,
that
and
is.
she goes, "A hit is hard to resist, and I never miss. I can take you out with just a flick of my wrist," and hurls a chaos bolt.
Chaos bolt, very nice.
Just first level, though.
Okay. All right.
So-
So, can you? I don't have it up on my screen. Just describe what I have to do.
I have to make a ranged spell attack at this one.
Okay, the one on the left.
Okay, and I make a ranged spell attack by what's the hit DC for it? Oh, +8. Okay, got it. So
Thomas, it's okay.
I'm so retired, it's fine.
14 to hit. 14 to hit.
14 hits. Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
Perfect. All right, 2d8 and 1d6.
Is this
2d8 and 1.
lightning damage?
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
8. Okay, I got a 7 and an 8, so I can choose from it which one I want to be the damage, right?
What would you like it to be?
It'll be psychic 7. So 7 plus 8 plus 3 is 15, 18 damage, 18 psychic damage.
18 psychic damage. It doesn't do as much damage as you would think, but it is enough to rattle the creature to its core. It slumps over.
Perfect. All right, and seeing it go down, I'm going to start to walk back towards that statue 5, 10, 15, 20, and stay there.
All right. Yep. And now you are dwarfed by this gigantic altar and statue looming over the room of a skeletal lich. Okay. Next up is Juniper, who is going to turn to both of you and say, "Thank you for not. I didn't want to be stabbed, but thank you. I gotta get Bastion." And she turns around and gets ready to rush towards the elevator. Okay, I'm gonna just say that she does. She looks inside the fence and says, "Get back in the hole. I need the elevator." Says
Xavier's gonna point down and say, Safkeen and Genevieve need help.
I don't care. I need Bastion.
You said a Calcrix? You
There's
said Xavier.
lots of those, yes. He doesn't know what to call them, so
Listen,
Xavier...
if you don't get in the hole, you're gonna get crushed by the elevator, okay? And she whoosh, pulls the lever, and the elevator starts to lower. So you have about a round before it goes down on top of you.
Wait,
And that's correct,
Specific?
Xavier. Unless you can get the fence open or jump down the hole.
He's still behind the fence?
Yeah,
I didn't think
the
about
fence
that.
is locked.
I couldn't teleport that far, so he's probably just gonna bam thing back downstairs.
Okay, on your turn. So then next up is Safkeen.
Okay, Safkeen is going to try and water whip that last Eidolon.
All right, very nice. So you turn towards the last Eidolon that's rushing towards you, and it's just within your range. You're like, yeah. Pulling out your water whip. Go ahead.
What do I have to do for my water whip? I think they have to do something. Wait, I don't know anything about my own things.
I think you have to do an attack roll. And then I think you can pull it. If it fails the check.
Save.
It's a save? Dex save. Okay, so the creature is going to try and dodge out of the way. 17, 20 total.
Oh, yeah. It
saves. Yeah, so it dodges out of the way just as the whip lashes.
It takes half damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the spray off does still hit it. So go ahead and roll damage.
Takes 3d10 halved.
Wow.
Because I'm so strong now.
Yeah, that's powerful. Even though it misses, it still hits.
Wow.
15. So do I round it down to 14 and then 7?
It'd be 7. Yep. So 7 points of what kind of damage?
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning damage. Okay. Very good. So yeah, it does lash it back a little bit, chunking off a bit of its shoulder, and you pull the whip back. So that's your action?
I will, yeah. I will... I will move a bit closer to it. Like maybe... let's see.
You can go ahead and use your movement and just move your character. I'll let you step over the bodies if you want to, or you can move around them.
Yeah, I'll move up to go toe-to-toe with it.
Okay, so take me through your path. Where are you going?
Can I go diagonal?
You can. If you go diagonal, you'll go through one of the corpses that's on the ground. Do you want to go around it?
Step on it?
You can.
Am I going to get gross ichor on my feet?
I mean, it's like ash and charcoal.
Yeah. Ooh, wait. Can I, as my bonus action, can I pull out a little like, I don't know, I don't think I've got any vials on me, but can I pull out like something that I can, like a little container or something, and just put some of the ash inside the little container?
I will allow that. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and roll. Just do an investigation check for me.
An investigation check?
Yep. And that will negate some of your movement. What's that? 12? Yeah, you get 2 samples of Eidolon ash.
Yay.
Ooh! Oh, I need Eidolon ash. Oh, hang on a second. Woo! Let me get my...
If I go diagonally, can I...
You can't quite get to it, but you can get close.
Okay.
I'll say you can move to the other side of the creatures.
I mean, there's an open portal down there still, right? Like, am I? Okay, never mind.
So, Safkeen, you're about 10 feet away.
Okay.
All right. And that's Safkeen's turn. On to Cece, and then you. Cece is going to put all the tiles together in a nice arrangement so you guys can see them all, and that will be her turn. And then you. So let me reveal the rest of these. Let's see here. All right. Granted, you guys wouldn't
You
be
is
there
not
to
looking
see
at
him.
this.
Yeah, I know.
You does not care.
Oh, I can be on this page while you're on the other one. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
you
John.
does not care about Juniper, so she'll just run forward and knock her out of the way. I want to try and open up the. I mean, that's my movement, I think, just to get to
Are you going to
5, 10,
push
15, 20,
Juniper?
25.
Like attack her?
No, just shove her out of the way. She's shorter than me. I don't want. I'm not trying to cause damage. I'm trying to move her in front of the elevator. If she's not in front of the elevators, that's fine.
She's in front of the handle, so the door is open. Or I mean, the door is. You can get to the fence. She's not in the way of it.
I can get there with 25 feet, so I'm gonna try to open the fence.
All right, roll a strength check.
Oh no! Anybody can open an elevator, surely. Okay, 15. Imagine I just get
It
up
was
there and just
hard to
hang off
open.
the fence. 15.
Yeah, that's enough to open it up.
Okay.
Xavier,
okay.
if you'd like, you could squeeze through on your turn. You has opened it enough, and she's holding it.
No, I want to go down.
Oh, you want to go down? You're slipping inside.
Xavier.
Okay.
Well, Xavier walked away. But I know that Calcrix are Eidolon and that Eidolon come from Otherwyr, so I'm trying to get down to the darkness.
All right,
with
you
Xavier.
slip through the gate, and it crashes behind you, back shut again, and you're now inside the elevator. If you'd like to jump down the portal.
It's a portal?
A porthole.
A hole in the
Like a
ground.
hatch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought a portal. Okay, porthole.
You can jump down the hatch and start climbing the ladder.
Okay.
So yeah, you're now inside there.
Well, it's 30 feet down, right?
It's now 30 feet down to the slope and another 20 feet down to the floor. So 50 feet in total. The ladder goes down 30 feet and meets the top of that slope.
Once you get okay, well, I wouldn't know. I'm out of movement, so I'm gonna misty step the 30 feet down.
All right, yeah, you misty step 30 feet down and hit the slope and slide on your butt down to the floor. You're now prone.
But where am I? Am I here? Wait,
I'm putting you there. I'm moving the camera so I can move you. You're right here. And you're prone.
So I slide down. Okay. But I can speak while I'm prone, right?
Yeah, you just kind of slide down and on your butt. And you can see Safkeen to your right. And now, in front of you, you see what is not mistaken at all as a Mind Stone. And a blood sigil, a blood ward that has been painted on the floor in a horror show of an altar laboratory with a giant lich statue at the other end of the hall. The room is shaped like a freaking coffin. I mean, this is bad news.
And there's an open portal, right?
Yes, there is a
closed?
rift. There is a rift in front of that is currently open, and through it you can see into another world of sorts. It looks very dark and misty on the other side. You can't make out too many details from this distance.
And that's when you will yell, "Who opened or who activated the Mind Stone?" Sofkeen should have known what a Mind Stone was. Jen gets a pass.
All right. So is that your turn?
I can't move. Is there still a Calcrix that's up?
Yes, it's on the other side of Sofkeen from you.
Well, I still have I can still cantrip, right? Since I bonus actioned down there.
You can, but it has 3/4 cover.
I got to mark off my Misty Step.
It raises its AC, and there's a potential to hit Safkeen, depending on what it is.
Oh. Okay, then I won't do it. I don't want to hit Safkeen. Okay.
All right. So then next up is mystery character. I'm going to take off of the map and out of initiative order, and next up is Lindell.
Okay, so Lindell doesn't know what is happening down in the downstairs room. She doesn't know what's happening. All she knows is that you was holding a turtle. Lindell stabbed the turtle turned into Juniper, Xavier caught them in the act and almost blasted Juniper. But then Juniper said she had to go after Bastion, and she started pulling the elevator down.
Yes.
After which you was like, "Get out of the way, bitch!" And she went past the gate. down the
forced
hall.
the gate open and
yes.
down
And as the elevator is coming down, Xavier is in like crushing range.
It'll be on Juniper's next turn. It'll hit.
So Xavier can get out of the way before.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So Lindell she'll move up. So she'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So she'll move up to the gate and she'll just talk to Xavier for a quick minute. She'll be like, Xavier, what on earth is going on down there?
There are several Calcrix-like creatures attempting to murder us.
What's a Calcrix?
Lindell never.
Lindell wasn't with us.
Like Otherwyr that is shadowy and angry and kind of. They're bad.
Okay. Are there lots of them? Are they very dangerous? Do you guys have it under control? Like. I saw you blasting down the hole. Like.
I think I got one. I'm pretty sure that the soft keen is still engaged with one. I'm gonna go check before the elevator crushes me.
Okay, but
you should do that.
Have you guys defeated more than one of them? Like, is the majority of them still alive? Are they mostly defeated? That's what I'm looking at.
I'm not sure. There was a portal. They were coming out of a portal.
Coming out of a fucking portal. Okay, lovely. So there's another portal that someone opened in a basement, and there's bad things coming out of it. I feel like there's a theme going on here.
Listen, you guys, I need to go after Bastion. You should probably go after Bastion too when you're done cleaning up whatever this is, because he's the one that accused you guys of murdering his sister.
Juniper, I have so many questions for you. Can we be best friends?
If you don't stab me in the leg anymore, God, did you poison me?
It was the easiest way to turn you out of a turtle form, okay?
She starts wrapping a bandage around it.
Come on, it's not even that bad. And I guess Lindell will use her action to help Juniper finish up her leg.
All right, yeah, little baby steps. Maybe we can work together, but I don't want anything to do with Calcrix. What the hell is that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Listen, Bastion's a creepy motherfucker, and
going on. I don't even know. It's weird.
Bastion's a real creepy motherfucker. I'm finding out that Mildred was too. So good riddance to Mildred. Hopefully we can take care of Bastion next.
So now that we're best friends, should we go after Bastion together, or should I stay here with the group? What do you think?
You can do whatever the hell you want.
Well, I don't have any movement left to go down the hall, so I'll just wait here with you for now.
Okay.
So I use my action to bandage her leg. I do have a healer's kit.
Just go ahead and roll a check with your healer's kit. And I don't know
check?
what that is.
I assume a wisdom. Sure,
wisdom?
I can make
it'd be
medicine.
wisdom based, so medicine.
Sure, let's make a medicine check here. She didn't take a lot of damage.
No, it wasn't a lot.
She's just a drama queen.
It was some, but it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, I got 23 on my medicine check.
Yeah,
that girl
you bandage it up. It's fine.
So well.
Wow, that actually feels much better. Thank you.
The power of friendship is very.
God, you just lay it on thick, don't you?
As long as she's not getting that Xavier is freaking out. She's picking up passively insight, whatever you want to call it.
Never freaked out, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, that's fair. But she's sounding like, oh yeah, we killed one of the bears that was attacked. It doesn't sound like holy shit. So that's what she's doing.
Okay, so you're gonna stick with her. Next up is Xavier. So the elevator is now to the point where it's I gotta do something or I'm gonna get crushed.
Xavier's gonna bam Fing back downstairs.
Okay.
And
What are you going to use to bamf?
He still has the far step up. It lasts for a while, I think. Let me see.
And how far can you go? Another 50 feet down.
Concentration up to a minute, so that's like 10 rounds, right?
A minute. Yeah, 10 rounds. So this would be the second one.
Yeah, and I can go 60 feet with it. So
Perfect. Yeah, you land right down next to you.
Upon seeing that there's still one of those creatures left, he's gonna fire on it.
All right. I'd say you have line of sight with your Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. Actions, Eldritch Blast. Pew pew pew. Apparently I got a 9 and a 20? Or a 12, I'm sorry.
9 and a 12. Neither of them hit. They both go wide. You're trying not to hit Safkeen, and you aim a little bit off.
Okay. Well, then,
All right.
that's the end of my turn. I have got to stop here fairly soon, though.
Okay. Yeah. Then I will go ahead and short it up. We'll start with the creature's turn. So on its turn, the creature is going to use its action to turn towards the portal and cry out this screech from an non-existent maw somewhere in its blank face, and it rings in your ears inside your head and reaches the portal, and through it crawl 3 very large, hulking, monstrous creatures, more shadowy and smoky than the Eidolon's forms. The only person that has ever seen one of these is you, Auburnell. This is a drinker. There are 3 of them that have just crossed through the portal, and that is where we'll end.
Oh, no! What is a drinker? What does a drinker look like?
I'll get him on the screen for next time.
I was a drinker yesterday, so...
Yeah, me too, today. Wait. I'm trying to think. When I phased out for that